Back in the days of America Online, I had better internet service, but that's okay. I'm sure that the hardworking people at this company, slept easy last night. But just in case you're wondering or want a quick reminder of why we're here tonight, well, let's take a look.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. This is not your typical MidLife Live event. In fact, this one's a MidLife Live card show, pre-national. So many collectors like to look through their cards and find a last few bit of sales to build up their national war chest. But what if you don't have a channel to advertise the cards that you're making available? That's what we're doing tonight. First, my guy David Chase of Sports Cards Live will be joining us and putting some cards up for sale for all of you. Next, my guy Mike Petty will be joining in as well, and he also has some big cards that he's making available. Also, my buddy David Musari coming in with some serious heat. You will not want to miss which cards he's looking to sell before the National. And finally, the one and only Joe Perot, also of Sports Cards Live. He's got some cards he's looking to sell to maximize his bankroll for the National. This is the first MidLife card show pre-National. Cards becoming available for any of you that are interested in making a buy.
All right. This is a special day. Now, a couple of years ago, I think it was, For Collectors started doing a trade night episode, which I believe was inspired by my buddy Chris from Missouri. And so this is a little bit of a spinoff of that, and wanted to give some of my buddies a chance to sell some cards before the National. Ideally, these would be deals that actually take place at the National. So if you're going to the National, but if there are no other deals to be had, I'm sure these guys would be willing to do a through the mail deal as well. But it's also a special day because the one and only Mike Petty is the birthday boy today. Today is your birthday.
You say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too. Yeah. We're going to have a good time.
Can you imagine spending your birthday with all of us wingnuts here? Fantastic. I mean, I'm thrilled you made it to Medicare. It's a big day because now all of a sudden your healthcare changes completely.
And I'll tell you, your mindset changes completely too. I'm fucking old.
Well, there you have it. Already got 70 people in the chat. We're up against all sorts of live streams. We're up against the All-Star game, whatever. I will start hitting some comments in just a moment, but let's bring our next guy out. How about David Musari, all the way from a beautiful hotel room in West Virginia?
Glad to be here. Happy birthday, Mike.
Nothing could stop you from making it here.
True. I'm in the hotel, slumming in the hotel.
No, I got to say, I have all the cards ready and on a slideshow presentation to show everybody. I don't know what everybody's expecting, but there is some really, really high-end good stuff that you guys put up. A couple of the cards that you put up, David, are very high on my want list. So it's very possible that I might have to block any potential deals so that I can snake in there and get one of those. Who do you guys want? Let's do a vote. Do you guys want to bring in David Chase next or Joe Perot? I will let you guys decide. Petty,
you mean us? We get.
You're
to
the birthday boy.
Yeah, how about bringing in Pinky Tuscadero?
There he is. Pinky
Look,
Tuscadero.
I couldn't tell the difference. I was trying to. Who's pinker, Pinky or the cone?
I mean, it starts already, huh? Before I even get on the air.
How are you, my handsome friend? Great to see you. You look great.
Thank you. Extra pink today, I can see.
I like it.
it.
It's good.
Thank you. I just want to thank Sacramento internet providers for allowing this to happen today.
I mean, America Online says you're welcome.
It is just amazing, the clusterfuck of this infrastructure around here. I mean, my internet was down for 17 hours right after yours for 3 days.
Villages in Cambodia have better internet than I do.
It's absurd. Every week it's something around here.
All right. Now we got him backstage. We got to let him in.
Let's go.
We've got Joseph Perot. Hey, buddy. We got a big piece of the Sports Card Live movement happening on the screen right now.
We're holding down the lower half because, we keep it real. And good evening to wonderful MidLife Nation. And I just can't tell you how relieved deeply I am that Greg has his internet back, because it's been a traumatic time for all of us out there, all his friends, all his associates, everyone in MidLife Nation. So, Greg, we're just so relieved that Sacktown, figured it out somehow.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And here on MidLife headquarters, we are always due to have one or two surprises. So with that said, we've already got a special visitor that none of you knew was coming. So let's bring out our special surprise guest, Tony.
Beaver hair.
Beaver
What's up, buddy?
Happy birthday, Mike Petty.
Thank you so much, Tony. Good to see you.
Petty, sing along with me. So let's get to the point. Let's roll another joint. Let's head on down the road somewhere. I gotta go. You don't know how it feels to be 65. You don't know how it feels. Hey, happy birthday,
boy.
Petty.
Thank you, man.
Well, I just threw it out to my boy T. I said, hey, it is Petty's birthday, and you want to hop on? He's like, well, heck yeah, I do. So you're welcome to stay as long as you want. Again, appreciate all of you guys in the chat. We're already at 85
Look how much
people.
more handsome that the panel got with the last two guests on the bottom. Thank you.
Thank God.
Oh, my God.
All right, you guys want to look at some cards, or do we want to just talk? Again, here's the way this is going to work. I did my best to put together a nice visual presentation for everybody to get a good look at the cards that are out there. It is no longer Monday, July 13th, so I had to cross that out. But what is true is there are some cards from 6 different individuals that are going to be for sale. All of which these 6 guys will be at the National. So we got my dad threw a few cards in the mix, even though he's not on the screen. So I've got his email address on there, AOL, as speaking of. We've got David Massari, his contact information. So if there's a card that you want, don't start trying to negotiate in the chat. Contact these guys from their email addresses that I have on the screen. I got Mike Petty over on the right. That's Mike Petty 714 at Gmail. And then we've got 3 more guys. We've got David Chase with his email. We got Rodeo Joe and his collection in the middle. And then there are a few cards from our guy, Jeremy Lee, as well. Even though he has a channel and the other guys don't. He heard about this. He said, hey, can I throw a few cards on? I said, of course. So we've got a few from Jeremy Lee as well. So what do you guys think? You want to start looking at some stuff? We go straight into it?
Yeah,
you ready?
let's go. I'm ready.
All right. So we're going to start it off with Mike Petty. And
Nice.
I'm gonna let you kind of take the lead if you want. Maybe tell us about the card. And one of the things I'll be interested, to be totally honest with you, that I'm most interested in is why are you guys letting go of some of the cards in question? Like why do we not want, what's the point of letting go of this card? But Petty, tell us about your 57 Cons Wieners. I'm gonna also have the price on the next slide. So if you're out there wondering how much he wants $19.95. There you go, Petty. Tell us about the card.
$19.95. We'll paint any car, any color for only $19.95 at Earl Drive. Hey, so anyway, the Cons Wiener, as you know, it's a great series of cards from I think it was from 1957. up until through the 60s. And I was trying to, hey, this isn't a goddamn auction for $2. This is a flat rate, baby. Anyway, so the Cons Wieners I was trying to get them all, save them all. And so I went through, and when you start selling stuff, you just have to cut somewhere, And so I realized I probably wasn't going to get the 1958 Cons, which is just so hard to find. There's hardly any of these 57s, but the 58 is even harder. And I just think it was it was something that I could move. The last comp on it was really bad. I mean, these cards, as you know, they usually double every 3 or 4 years. And for some reason, there was a low comp on this card. I mean, first of all, you never see them hardly. And I mean, it was like a $750 comp on some PSA older label. And it was just in bad a shape as this one, because this one's been run through the ringer. This isn't a 1 that looks like a 5 or anything like that. It's got nice eye appeal. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's a 1. And it's a nice, but if you want to start collecting these, and I think I'll probably be sneaking these out to the general public coming up because I have got a really good collection of them. So,
all right. Well, I appreciate that. Just so everybody knows, we've probably got about 70 cards in the hopper. So this is card 1. No, listen, when I run a card show, it's none of this crap. We're going heavy, hard hitting, big time stuff.
Right to the top, Norton, right to the top.
Exactly. So, all right. So again, what I'm going to be doing, here's what I'll be doing on everybody out there who's paying attention, looking to buy some cards. The first picture will be a larger image of the cards. The second picture will have the price, and I'll kind of toggle. I wanted people to be able to see the cards as well as they could. And okay, so let's go to the next card, which is going to be one of Coach's cards. So this is a card from the MidLife Dad collection. So this is a 62 Topps AL home run leaders in an SGC 6. If I'm not mistaken, I think he sent this in himself to get graded. It's a cool card because it's the year, obviously, that Maris has the 61 on there. And it's also got Mantle on there as well. And on the back, it's got the totals. Hard to believe because at one point they were neck and neck, Maris and Mantle, that Maris ended up 7 ahead. Sometimes you forget that because it was like neck and neck for most of the summer. And then I think Mantle got an injury or something, didn't he?
He got the clap.
There you have it. Yeah. There you have it. I didn't know that's what he got. Okay. So now we know what cost him the title. So that's the card. Coach is asking $160. Again, email address is on the screen. I will also say this to you guys. Later in the episode, I will drop the full presentation, a link to it, so you guys can access it and go back if you want. And you can see the cards, the price, and the email address of the person in question. So I want to make it easy for everyone, but we're going to kind of slow roll them out in the meantime. So that's our second card, 62 Topps AL home run leaders, and that belongs to my dad. All right, third card. This is a big freaking card, dude. Okay, David Musari. Take it away, buddy.
All right. Well, let me start. Let's go big picture just for a second. Thanks for putting this together. I'm a big proponent of collectors selling and trading with other collectors, right? I try and do it as often as I can, avoid the, the dealer premium when we can. So this is great. I think it's great we're doing this. This is old school. I started collecting in the 70s. The crazy guys would get together, bring our cards and, trade them or shoot them against the wall or flip them. And, we'd all come home with different cards. So I love that we're doing this. It's my favorite part of the hobby. This puppy, well, you know it. I mean, Greg made this card famous. So I'm just along for the ride. I actually got a better version of this. I have an SGC 5 that's a little bit better than Greg's SGC 5. So it is. He knows it. It's true. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true.
Take him out, Greg.
I got the shirt on. But anyway, so, I'm putting this out there. Part of this is to make connections with collectors that are doing collections. I have the So, we hopefully connect with some people that are interested in getting the Blackbeard. And it's a really nice 4. It's got great color. It's real clean. It's got, I think, honest corners on it. I don't know. What else you want me to tell? It's Blackbeard.
I mean, if you're talking, the pirate said this is obviously the card, but if you're talking pre-turn of the century non-sport, this is at least a top 10 card, maybe a top 5 card across all of non-sport stuff in that era. I was at the Strongsville show, and the guy who's starting the new auction house with Ryan Nolan of non-sport, I showed him my 5, and like his eyes like popped out of his head, and he was just like, "You want to look through my case and see what I'll trade you. I want the card." And I was just like, "It's not going anywhere." But this is for this card to show up here is pretty impressive. So
I'm asking $1 million, a cool $1
million, and Billy is still drooling about it. So Billy,
there was also a song written after this guy, wasn't there? Blackbeard singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
That's who that was about. God dang it. I was so confused. So we got another banger. So again, some cards will be available at higher prices and some at lower prices. This is a 5K card. In my humble opinion, it's worth every bit of 5K. It's a really nice example of this card. I agree. And we all agree Petty has a wonderful voice. Even if it wasn't his birthday, we would still say that.
And I'm coming off the flu.
Yeah,
Greg,
you're coming off the flu. And yes.
I'm going to jump off here. I appreciate you inviting me in to tell Petty happy birthday.
Yeah,
Petty,
thank you, Tony.
I hope you have a wonderful Tom Petty birthday. I love you, brother. And hey, by the way, let's pump up Odd Couple live on Saturday night, leading into Jeremy Lee. So everybody check that out.
All right. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate that.
Seeing you, Tony.
Chicago, Tony.
Right. See you, buddy. Oh, how did I do that? I got rid of out. What did I do here?
I'm seeing
what did
gorillas.
I do? Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. There we go.
There we go.
All right. So we're starting off with some bang. How we doing? We haven't even seen everybody's cards yet. Billy is saying sold at 5K. So I love it. We're rolling here.
That one might be an auction. That might be you might have more than one interested party there. Good David.
It's a pretty cool card.
Well, sold in the chat, to me, that's a heavy buying signal. That means the card's sold.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. What? It's a claim sale? I don't think it's a claim sale. What I will continue to say all night is reach out via email. So if there's a card you want, you got the email address on the screen, you got the price on the screen, you got the card description in the screen. Email as soon as you can. All right, next we've got David Chase with a card. So David's got, I'm telling you guys,
he's right.
This is not your average local card show. This is banger after banger. So,
this is not a claim sale though. So if people don't in other words, if they hit sold in the chat, they don't
it's not sold.
Get it. They don't.
It's not sold. This is like Shark Tank, where you do you do maybe show some interest, but it's not actually a done deal until the lawyers look at it.
So what? It has to be done privately. Then is that the deal? So no matter what happens or is discussed here?
I don't. So, if anybody says sold in the chat, it's not sold until you finalize the deal via email. So if there's a card that you want, you got the email address of the person on the screen. Reach out to them and start your negotiations there.
What if we want something? What if we want that?
Well, that's different.
Make the deal right here.
If I want a card, it's sold right here.
Okay.
If somebody else wants a card, well, then they have to email. So, all right, David Chase, tell us about this 38 Gaudi, and tell us about the price, which we'll take a look at here. It's you're asking $9,000, which seems like a lot, but tell us about it.
It is a lot. Man, I love this card. I love this card a lot. But another one fell in my lap, and I have a second one, which is the only reason why I'd let this go. I didn't really even want to let it go, even though I have a different one, because I love it so much, and it's centered. And man, this kind of card represents me, where it's a PSA 1, and it's a nice looking version of it. there's been some very high sales on these cards very, very, very recently, and they're kind of going up pretty aggressively. So that's what the high price is for. This is a card that I don't really need to sell. I really love it. But if you want to take it out of my hands, go for it. But of Joe DiMaggio cards, let's think about this for a second, right? What are the best Joe DiMaggio cards to have for the average person that's not into the super oddball? What do you guys think for like cards that are a little bit more mainstream?
The 1941 play ball is the number one, and maybe the Leaf 48. And of course this one. If you like the cartoonish look, which unfortunately I never liked these, so I can't afford them now. Yeah. You know, if I would have bought them back when I didn't like them, now that I like them, and this is also has a cartoon version, right?
Yeah,
which is pretty special. So, and you're not going to find a better centered card than that. It's got a new number on it. I mean, I don't know much about the value here and there, but I mean.
Yeah, it was graded in the last probably 12 months. It's got the NBA sticker, which is a little off center, but that's okay.
Of course,
if you want to buy a one, you're not going to find a nicer one.
It's a beautiful card, just no matter what it's graded.
Nicest one on the planet.
Yeah.
David?
Thank you.
Now, let me ask you this. There were a couple of big sales this weekend, and I know a lot of you were following because I text with each of you pretty much daily. And one of the big sales was a Ruth card that sold for what, 5x what it usually sells for. And David, good David Musari, you sent me a text, and I believe, tell me if I'm misquoting you, but you said, and with that, grades mean absolutely nothing. It's all about the look of the card now. And if that's the case, then you look at the price tag, and I mean, it's hard to disagree. You know, if we're really moving towards card values are dependent on the look instead of the number that was assigned by, a 21-year-old who's dripping Carl's Jr. Sauce from his burger on top of the tabletop, then, I would love to have this copy.
Yeah,
did I misquote you, David?
No, that Ruth was crazy. I mean, it was 2. It was the Worldwide Gum, which I think a lot of us are chasing. I've been looking for them.
They were cheaper for so many years. I mean, even though they're rare, that nobody wanted them.
Well, it ended up. So the last 2 sold for $9 grand or $9 or $10 grand. 6s sell in the 50s. This was a 2. The hammer price with the juice was $72,000. 72K. I remember I texted you and it was at 40K.
Yeah, I know.
I thought, oh my God, we did the head explosion.
You sent me a head exploding.
Yes, we shared head explosions, and it went all the way up to 60 and 20% juice. So it was beautiful too. But
all right. Well, the good news is that this is a beautiful card. The bad news is at this pace, we should be done around Friday morning. All right. Next
cut it down to 1 card each.
We got look at Jay Lee's in the chat, right? As we show his first card. So we got a 1954 Topps Eddie Matthews in an SGC 5.5. Beautiful eye appeal from none other than Mr. Sports Cards Live himself. I did go Carl's Jr. right there. So that's David Chase's phone because he's the one who always can't put his phone on silent. But who wants to? David Chase. Why don't you tell us, David Chase, about Jay Lee's card? What are your thoughts on his card that he has for sale? And the price, by the way, he's asking $175. Again, you can contact him at sportscardsliveshow@gmail.com. 54 Topps, Eddie Matthews, SGC 5.5. David Musari, take it away. Or I'm sorry, David Chase.
1954. What a year, 1954. A lot of people's favorite set in the all of Topps, right? And this right here is an Eddie Matthews card. You know, Eddie Matthews is a little under the radar, right? When I think of Eddie Matthews, I think of his 52 Topps card. And then a lot of the other cards blend together. And then when I see a card like this, it makes me want more of them, right? It's beautiful. It has a great blue background. It's nicely centered. And for a 5.5, just think about what an Aaron would be in a 5.5. That's a relatively high grade for a 1954. $175. It's peanuts. Go buy Jeremy's card.
Agreed.
It's a beautiful card. 54 Top's one of my favorite sets. The other thing that's interesting about Eddie Matthews is his rookie card is the most expensive Topps rookie card of all time. But this is his third year card, and you can get it in a 5.5 that's beautiful for 175, which is really weird about a guy like Eddie Matthews. Yeah, well said. You're hired, David Chase. All right, next, finally, our first card from Joe Perot, and we're going with a Hank Greenberg rookie card. I'm telling you guys, this is not your average card show. Go ahead, Joe Perot, tell us about your Hank Greenberg rookie.
Yeah, well, this is a double, and had this in the collection a while. I crossed it over from a BVG 2.5, so it kind of just lined right up with SGC. No creases. It's got honest wear, not just honest corners, but honest wear across the board. Henry Greenberg is obviously iconic for many reasons. His stats, his prominence in terms of his heritage, and it's not a card I'm happy about parting with. I'm actually holding on to a lower grade, just because I'm a virgin. I'm going to the National for the first time, and I need a bankroll, so I'm looking to liquidate a few cards that I just have, extras of. And as American Ghost Nerd says, this is a very important card in the hobby. Anyone that's been around a while knows this is an important card. And 34 gives 33 a run for its money. I'll just say that.
Yeah, 34 Gaudy, important set. Greenberg, important card. I know some people are probably screaming at the screen saying that's not his rookie because there are other cards, but a lot of people would say mainstream wise this is his first card, and it's a beautiful card, and and you think 34 Gaudy. I know there's a couple of Gehrigs in there and stuff, but this is on the first 3-4 most important cards in that set without question. And it's one of the more important pre-war cards overall. So again, I have on the screen Joe's email information if you're interested. He's asking 2,300 OBO. He's even holding it up. My goodness.
Wow.
Oh, I put you up right. Sorry. Wait, hold on. There you go. He's even got it in hand. So there's proof that it actually exists as well. So
Proof of ownership, yes, indeed.
All right, next card. So we finally circled through. Now, I think this card been sold, Petty?
No, that one has not been sold. Almost sold. So basically, this is a fairly rare Babe Ruth card. You got to just love the pose. The card has probably doubled in price in the last 2 years, like many Ruth cards have. So it's getting to the point, like, if you're trying to add a nice Babe Ruth card to your collection, this would be one. And the reason I'm selling it, you gotta sell something nice to make some money in this business. So you gotta, when you're top heavy with a lot of fat in your burrito, you gotta cut some of it. And now they started to be sold for a decent price too. There's been an SGC 4 that sold for, I think it was 4,700, and another 4 that just sold, practically given away at the Golden auction at 3,700 in an old label that was a 4. So by Card Ladder's estimation and my estimation, it's around $54.95. I would listen to offers on it, but not thrilled to sell it. But again, I'm probably going to take this to if nobody bites at it, I'm probably going to take it with me and use it with some of the other things here to get into with a different auction house or one of the top 3 auction houses, because I don't really have a selling relationship with them while I have a buying relationship. I think it's about time that I start getting a selling relationship with them as well. Also, I wanted to say one more thing about the card is there's only about 50 of them across, PSA and SGC. They call it the large version, but this is in a regular size holder. So don't think it's in a tall boy or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful card.
Yeah. And the eye appeal on this one is just fantastic.
Centered. I mean,
Yeah,
even
it
to
is.
my eye, it wants to be. It's almost centered, but it's good.
That's centered, Petty. That's a
It's
centered
okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So beautiful card there. Again, we got 146 people out there taking notes on what they want to buy. I hope this is as much fun for you guys as it is for me. So let's keep going. Next is Coach. Coach has got a 62 Topps Willie McCovey and an SGC 5.5. I think this is a high number, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Making it a little bit rarer, a little bit more expensive. So this would be what McCovey's third-year card. His rookie's in 60. So he's got that on there, and he's asking 135. Yeah, it's a beautiful card. A really bright color. And he's got my dad's got a really good eye. So when he puts a card up, it's usually a pretty nice card. Email address again on the screen. And if you're interested in that one, reach out to him. All right, next, David Massar. I almost skipped this. This one's sold. I mean, it's like, you tell us about this card, David.
I don't know much about this card. I found it in a drawer. This is the N76 Lincoln. The non-sports has gone a little crazy lately, and I've had this one for a while. I love it, but similar to what Petty was saying, I thought about putting these together. I had this one and a couple others. The rest of the cards have gone kind of crazy, so I'm not going to do the set. And a good friend of mine has this on their want list.
Yeah,
and so
good friend.
A good friend.
Currently still a good friend.
Yes, for now. And so, it's they just sold one. There was one just on the vintage non-sports. The Hammer and the Juice was 5,700. Same grade, crazy, 3.5. Mm-hmm. This one's better. I mean, I think it's a little bit better.
Of course it is.
Well, the funny thing. Here's the other thing. Do you notice how? Do you notice how our cards always look better to us than they do to everybody else?
But this one is.
It does.
Anyway, but you do listen. Greg, you got first dibs on this, baby, and
all right.
You'll beat me up a little bit on that price. So
yeah, I better be beating you up a lot because otherwise I'll be having to take out a kidney. So,
no, I hear you. Listen, while I got you, you still owe me an autographed book that I bought about 2 months ago. So if we're gonna do the deal, you got to clean up your past due account with me.
Okay, so, I didn't. I guess. I mean, shame on me. I also, we still got Jay Lee in the chat. I owe Jay Lee. We're doing a trade, if I'm not mistaken, his book from my book, in which I'm getting a hell of a deal there, getting his book instead of mine. So I'll have at least 2 books. In fact, I'll talk about that. I think I'm going to bring
You'll
about
be getting
10 to
400. You'll be getting 400 extra pages there.
Oh, look at Joe's got his up. Joe got a very good deal on his copy of my book. Very, very good deal. I'm going to bring about 10 of them. I'm going to bring about 10 to the national, but one's got Jay Lee's name on it. One's got Musari's name on it. The autograph, I only charge about $1,000 for the autograph on it, Musari. So I'm sure it'll be part of the deal. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll trade straight up for the Lincoln, the autograph, depending on the inscription. You're right. And by the way, if you don't have Greg's book, you can't buy any cards tonight.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
You haven't bought the book.
It's available on Amazon. And again, I'll have about 10 at the national. All right. We got some big cards, but we've got, so now we've got a T206. This is our first T206 of the night. This is a Piedmont 350 Lajoie. Lajoie has 3 cards in the T206 set, and this is the one with bat. Tell us about it, Mr. Chase.
You have my attention.
Do I? All right, cool. I first have to give a shout out to Mr. Miller for being such an OG for having an AOL account. I have a Hotmail account, and my friends think that I'm OG. Represent, Mr. Miller. I appreciate you.
He's had that email address. I'm not even kidding you. He's had that email address. I would say I set that up for him. I picked that username for him. I would say it was about 1994, literally. So
nice.
The amount of junk mail he's got to have. He's got to be on so many mailing lists. It's just got to be just flooded. But go ahead.
Pet supply companies love him. Okay. Yeah. So this card, I mean, I'm not the biggest T206 fan. Sorry to tell people that. I know that people give me hate for that. And but I saw this card and my mouth dropped. I said, oh my God, this is like literally one of the greatest copies I've ever seen of this card. It was kind of always on my radar because I know a lot of people love the portraits, but I just love the background, kind of like the Cobbs, right? Where we love the background with the colors. And man, this card is sharp, like as sharp as can be. I mean, I don't understand why it's a 4. It in my opinion, is one of the best looking mid-grade copies of this card you could ever find. So listen, I don't have a huge T206 collection. If I do have T206s, I probably kind of want a Cobb, which I don't have. And for me to possibly get rid of the card, even though I really, really like it, there's a lot of cards on my want list and I want to go shopping at the National. So if I have to let a card like this go, I'll let it go.
So he'll let it go for 4,400. I should be doing a better job of reading the prices that are being asked in case you're a listener and not a watcher. So I'm going to try to do better at that moving forward. But again, beautiful card, perfectly centered all the way around.
Gorgeous card.
Has the silver NBA sticker on it. Again, asking 4,400 for this PSA 4 Nap Lajoie with bat. All right, next is another Jay Lee card. So how about we go with Joe Perot? Why don't you tell us about Jay Lee's 57 tops Hank Aaron in a PSA 3?
That is a very fine 3. I'm struggling to understand even why it's a 3. It looks more like it would be a 5. Respectable centering. I mean, more than respectable centering for a 57. Obviously that pose, that 57 issue with the first sort of, cinematographic type of image, bold colors and registration. I'm actually surprised Jay Lee's getting rid of this because I know
it's very rare to find it without snow. And I mean, that nice really of a picture. It's the very first reverse negative ever created. It's a beautiful card, impossible to find centered.
It's like the 89 Upper Deck Dale Murphy, except they didn't correct it after the second print run. So
right,
yeah, he's left-handed. Obviously, it's the reverse negative, but
yeah,
beautiful card
copy.
Yeah, beautiful card from Jay Lee again. The thing that is very much true with everybody on the panel here and everybody showing cards tonight is all of these guys are very high eye appeal guys. So I don't know what these cards comp at. He's asking 450 for this card, but I can tell you that all the copies are very high eye appeal for the grade. I mean, that is a phenomenal 3. So
it really is.
Again, if the prices are anywhere near comp, these cards are massive deals, especially as we move forward, continuing to value cards more and more based on how they look instead of the number that the PSA kids say. He says asking 450, comps at 75 is what Jay Lee says. So that's hilarious. All right, let's keep going. Next up, we've got a Joe Perot card. He's got a 59 tops Mickey Mantle in an SGC2. Tell us about it, Joe.
Well, again, Greg, your audience is so advanced. I'm not going to talk about the facsimile autograph. I'm not going to talk about, the kind of the last of the 50s run of Mantle and how the kind of circle, the brilliance of the 59 set. I've always been a fan. It is a hard set to find centered, and this is not perfectly centered, but it's not horribly centered either. The top to bottom kind of saves it. There's a subtle crease right above the E and the Y, as you see there, or maybe a wrinkle. I wouldn't even quite call it a crease. That accounts for the 2. The chief attribute of this card that I believe elevates it above most 2s is the registration and the color, the deep blood red color, and the Yankees. Look at that, Greg. You're a Yankees fan. Look, what does that do to you just to see that Yankee symbol there down in the bottom left corner? I mean, if that doesn't move you in some way, I'm not sure what we're talking about. So anyway,
well, I'm definitely moved. I will tell you this. I'm very familiar with the 59 and 60 set because I was on my dad's shoulder for years as he built the 59 and 60. He had the 59 tops Mantle at one point in a PSA 8. And But yeah, this is I mean, again, the deep red is great. That the logo you were talking about, that's the best Yankee logo.
Oh, no
With the
doubt.
hat and the bat. That this is the Yankee logo. In fact, my brother and I always joke whenever we buy like hats or shirts or sweatshirts or something with Yankee stuff on it for each other, we try to find that logo because it's the best one. And again, proof of life from Joe. He's got it in hand.
Wow.
It's real. It's real. There is no Jorge Escobaring happening tonight. All right. So
Did he freeze up too? Oh, there he is.
no, he just is quiet. He does this. He sometimes just goes quiet on us for a moment. Any from the NBA race video? Oh, that's a good question. Chase, remember the video at the West Coast Card Show where you were going through the collection? Are there any of the cards from that day in this sale? Those
Yes,
are
there
famous
is.
cards. Those are worldwide famous cards. There is one.
So well, first of all, just looking back on that, that was the first time I've ever been on YouTube. Was when you put that on there.
So is it
I was on
fair to
Sports Cars
say that I actually am the first person to put you on screen?
That is correct. You are the first person to put me on.
You
screen.
discover talent like nobody.
Yes.
Jay Lee got him though early. By the way, the Mano card, I'm doing a terrible good job. The Mano card, $600 OBO from Mr. Rodeo Joe. Go ahead.
Now
Sorry.
am I allowed to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, and just to confirm, I actually spoke to Jeremy Lee before the West Coast Card Show, and he booked me on YouTube. But you showed it first.
That's
but
true. I snaked him.
okay, you did snipe him. I have 1, 2, 3 or 4 cards that were in that video, and one of the cards that I have is a card that people have reached out to you and to me more than any card that I've ever shown, asking if I was selling it. That's on this list, and people have reached out to you to reach out to me also. And Petty, I know Petty wants the card too. I don't know if he'll pay my price, but I know it's a card that Petty mentioned in the video that he wants the card.
Okay.
Well, anything you don't like that didn't get a sticker, I like it.
It's a no sticker card. You're gonna like it.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. We're 2 cycles through. Again, that we've gone through about a dozen cards. We have about 60 or so left. All right. Next,
I love it.
Another banger from Petty.
Wow.
This is a big card. This is a big
hanger.
card.
I don't think people realize just what this card is. I mean, I showed it and brought it to Strongsville with me.
I just hear
just to show a
Joe's.
few
I hear
people.
Joe's. Joe's
Calculator.
banging away on his keyboard like Kermit.
Calculator.
Away.
He's taking it away. All
Was
I
that a
picture is
typewriter,
Greg's
Joe?
head exploding.
He's using an
there you
abacus
go.
to count up how much it's going to cost him to buy this card. I think that's what it sounded like.
And I will say this. I mean, Rick's vintage oddball card says Petty is crazy to sell that card.
I know. I mean, but again, when you're too fat in the Wagner pants, you have to eliminate a notch from the belt. And to be honest, it was either between this or the Black Swamp Find, which has the same pose, and it's also in red. And I have that in an SGC 7, so I think it's just because I have the same pose. But back to this card, I mean,
for people who are listening,
yeah.
Petty, tell people what is on the screen in case they're just listening and not watching.
So it's a 1910 EUNC Candy, Honus Wagner, no diamond design. It's the red version, hand cut. There are only 6 players, first of all, in this series. Okay, there's Ty Cobb, there's Chrissy Mathewson, there's Wagner, Cy Young, some other bum. And I don't know, and another guy, but as far as this card goes, there's only 2 known. One is red and one is blue. There's 20 total over SGC and PSA. That's including every card. Okay, so still only 2 Wagners and 5 Ty Cobbs. So there's 3 PSA Ty Cobbs and 2 SGC Ty Cobbs. So that's 1/4 of the whole inventory in this set. And the Ty Cobb was sold for 15,800, like 3 months ago. So Cobb generally runs just a little bit lower than Wagner. I had this card. I was going to give a sweet price to a dealer who owns the blue copy, and he just basically was a dick. And you guys know who it is. I don't want to go any further with telling his name, but he a rookie card. You buy my rookie book. I wasn't going to buy his rookie book, but he insulted me. He insulted me basically, trying to offer me, less than he paid for the blue one. When I'm there to give him a good deal, so he could have both of them. If he would have gave me, the same deal, I would have plopped the money on the table for the blue one. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Hey, what's the pop on this? What's the pop on this?
The pop is 2. There's only one blue and one red.
And the Cobb that sold, the Cobb that you were just referring to, you said there were 5, right?
There's 5 of them. There's 3 PSA. PSA is only graded 3 Cobbs.
Based on that, this price is very fair.
I mean, it really is. I think it could get carried away in an auction. I don't see anybody coming and to the rescue of this card. It's going to go to auction, and it's going to get big money.
Yeah, it's going to get huge money. When you're saying there's 2, but there's only 1 red, correct?
Yeah.
1 red and 1. So really, it's a 1 of 1, right?
It's a 1 of 1. It's a 1 of 1 of 1, as Hoge likes to say.
And I mean, I'm not sure I've ever seen that card before, but I've certainly seen, I believe it's the standard caramel card that's based on this, which is the actual literal image of the wax. So like that's super cool too. These
were on candy boxes. They believe now they're uncategorized. That's why there's questions about them. Now Dave Berg owns a Christy Mathewson.
He's got Mathewson with the design, with the diamond,
and that's the only one even known in existence.
So why are you selling this, Petty? One more time.
Because I'm just crazy. I don't. I think it's because I have the same pose in the E98 Black Swamp Fine that just presents a little bit better. And I think, this is a way for me to, again, generate cash. And we'll see. If I don't get a deal from an auction house, if they don't want to put it into the right auction house, it'll just go back in my collection. I mean, it really doesn't matter. But I'm just using it as some bait.
Can you answer this, Petty, Jake's question about, was this reholdered from an old holder?
Yes, it was.
And
that's why too, it was I did that actually on purpose so we could merge the 2 cards because the blue one was done the same way. Yeah, there's a blue and a red, and now they're both together. And they took it off the pop report.
Yeah. If you sell a card like this and you sell some of these huge cards, is this going into another card, or are you taking the money off the table? What's your thought?
I mean, it'll go into my card fund, but right now, I mean, I really don't see much that I want in the particular category. So it may just add up. And by the time that happens, it may go back into cards. It may not. It's just when you have a padded fucking collection and you get to hit 65, your priorities somewhat change. At least mine have. I've gone through this for 6 months, you guys know, the beginning of the year, February, March, over little things with business, and it just revolves around getting older. Nothing's ever bothered me like 65, and age-wise.
Have you guys ever golfed and you get to like the 6th hole and it says, are you on pace? And it has a clock and what your start time should have been? Just saying, this is a beautiful card. It's worth the commercial break. It's fantastic. Next card, we got Coach has a 61 Topps Juan Marichal in an SGC7 super sharp card. I've seen this one in person myself. Again, Marichal's one of those guys. I think Chris from Missouri talks about it. If you look, he's the one who says all the time, if you look at the 1960s as a whole, not just part of it, but as a whole, who was a better pitcher than Juan Marichal during that decade? Would be an interesting trivia question to see if somebody came up with someone different than Juan Marichal. That's what he says. Coach is asking $425 for that card. Beautiful example of that if you're interested. All right, next, back to Masari. Tell us about another non-sport card, another N76, which if you're not familiar with non-sport, in my opinion, the N76 set is like the 52 Topps. of non-sport. It's sort of like the go-to, most recognizable set. It's sort of a game changer set from 1888. But tell us about this card.
Yeah, I mean, I also likened it to the T206. But yeah, I mean, listen, this is a nice Jefferson. It's a 3. I think it's a solid 3. Same thing, reason for selling it. I just don't feel like I can do the whole run there, and I want to put it into some other things, and I think that it can go to a good home. There's a lot of folks that want this one. This is another card that's kind of going up, and, dealers are grabbing it and putting it in their case. So, I'd like it to find another collector home. So I think I have a pretty fair price on this one.
Yeah, it's definitely a fair price. And if you look at this set, there's about 4 that are kind of like the top stratosphere, the top tier. And then this is like right there in that second tier of key cards for this set. The top ones being probably that Lincoln, Washington, the Edison, the what's the poet's name? The crazy guy?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe. That's a big one in the set too. But this is big. This is a bigger card in that set. So a great card. Okay. And you're asking 1,000 for it again, based on recent comps and what these cards have been doing. It's very fair price. What do we got? What do we got? Chase saying? Oh, that's a good question, Petty. Mm-hmm. Going back to the card for a second. By the way, you're asking 18,500 for the Wagner. Mm-hmm. If you could buy the blue for 18,500 and have both, would you do that?
I wouldn't buy a pack of gum from the fucking scumbag. Nobody has me truck a card that he wanted and personally asked me for 3,000 miles on an airplane and then offer me less than I paid for it and less than he paid for it. He's a dick. And you guys all know him and you love him. And
why are you protecting him? Why are you protecting him?
I'm not protecting him, but you guys know who he is. So most people know him. They love him. So I don't want to. He's a dealer. I don't want to hurt his business. I just won't deal with him ever again.
I love Petty.
But I would I give him the same? I would have certainly given him the same thing that he offered me and more, or I would have bought the same. Of course, I'm a fair-minded individual. I'm not a dealer, so at that time, if I would have asked him for the same price I was asking, I would have taken 12,000 for the card for him as a friend. As a friendly deal, and I would have given him 12,000 for his if he wanted. But I should have bought that card when I had the chance, the blue one.
Did he have the blue one listed for sale at the show?
No, he's not selling it. It's for his personal collection.
Got it.
Bob, he's got 6,500 on it. Okay. Let's go. Is the card still for sale? Is the blue one still for sale? Not to belabor the point, but
the blue one is not for sale.
He doesn't have it anymore.
He has it, but he's not selling it. It's for his personal collection. He's a dealer, but it's never for sale. You don't sell cards like that generally. You collect them.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's. I mean, we can keep going back up to Rick and. I always yield to Rick on cards like this. And so
me too.
When Rick says you're freaking crazy for letting go of that card, I can't think of somebody that would make more of an impact on me than Rick saying it. So
no doubt.
All right.
No doubt.
We got the 39 play ball, Ted Williams, SGC1. Centering off the charts. David Chase, tell us about it. And you are just, again, because I'm a terrible host tonight. I'm so mad at myself. You're asking 5,500. Let's look at the card. Go ahead.
Ted Williams, rookie. Man, I love this card. I love this card. This used to be one of my favorite cards in my collection. The only reason why I'm possibly letting it go was because I picked up another one in Strongsville that I probably like 2% better than this card. I believe, and maybe this is just me talking, but I've always had these on my list because I love this card so much. I think it's one of the best ones in the world. and it's not an exaggeration. The color is crazy. The centering is crazy. No, it's a little up and down off, but man, the black. And by the way, this has a way deep, richer color than the one that I have. Mine's a little bit higher, and I'm just a centering crazy person, which is the only reason why I'm switching it. It has better color. I think probably more people would probably like this copy than mine. The reason why it has a 1 is that thing on the right-hand side. I don't know if that's like a little like bend or something like that. But man, I love this card. I bought this card. I had it on my want list for years. I was always looking at every single one of them. It came up on eBay. I bought it within 30 seconds of it coming up onto eBay. And somebody ended up contacting the seller to get my information and offered me $500 more than what I paid for it, literally like the next day. And I said no. So I just really love this card. I have another one. I don't even really want to sell it because I like it so much. And by the way, I know that everyone thinks, oh, wow, 5,500 is crazy. Try to find a $6,000 Ted Williams rookie card and try to find one that compares to this. You'll have a very tough time.
I bought a 2 last year for more than that. So, I mean, and you know, you can't find them this nice, really.
Yeah.
It's not a bad
the one
price.
you bought last year at the National, Petty, is, I mean, you walked up and you showed me that, and I was, one of the few times I got seriously jealous at a card shows when I saw.
Well, I paid up for that with Ash too.
Yeah, but it was worth every penny. It's a beautiful card.
Thanks.
Chris from Missouri, I did shout you out earlier, so you'll have to rewind and watch the whole thing to see that. But I did give you love because I love you, buddy. All right, next card, beautiful card, David Chase. Again, he's asking 5,500 on that one. Next, we've got another Jay Lee card of himself. He's got a Warren Spawn 57 tops in a PSA 7. Look at the eye appeal.
Oh, you gotta now, you guys, you gotta put a cap on Jeremy there, because if that's not a doppelganger, I don't know what is.
Oh, just you wait. We've got a better doppelganger of Jay Lee coming up. You'll see.
Better than that?
You'll see. I promise you. I will not let you down, Petty. I will not let you down.
Okay.
Beautiful card of Warren Spawn. He's asking 350 for this PSA 7. Again, 57 tops Warren Spawn, and his email address is on the screen. Next, we got another Joe Perot card. Now, this is a card I bought at Strongsville 2025. Similar looking to this one. This is a beautiful T206 Christy Mathewson portrait, and you are asking 1,800 OBO, which I think is a very fair price. Tell us about it, Joe.
Yeah, just, I mean, centered, you know, nothing real crazy with the overall surface. You know, very honest corners, great color going into that middle section, and not a whole lot else to say except, you know, it's a prescription bottle SGC holder. So, you know, we all have our various feelings towards that, and maybe over time those will be longed for in a nostalgic kind of way.
One tip I will throw out there for fellow people interested in T206 cards: when you look on the back, the 150 series were all printed earlier than the 350s, and 9 times out of 10, the color and the registration, well, more the color than anything, or the depth of color on the 150s is almost always better on those 150s than the 350s. So it's not to say that the 350s are bad, but generally speaking, if you flip them over and you look at it and it's a 150, it's a little bit richer color on the back of them. I think that's the case with this.
Can I ask you a question, Greg, about that?
Of course, yeah.
I don't know. Are because it doesn't really show the difference in pricing when you look them up on those between 150s and 350s. Is there ever a premium on one versus the other?
Maybe slight. If you look at the factory down here below, there are certain factories that are rarer. So somebody who is a total freak, like the guy who Junk Wax Mike interviewed for a Ty Cobb run, he didn't just want every back. I think he wanted every back of the red Ty Cobb and every factory. Some of the factories are pretty rare, and there will be a premium. The 150s versus 350s, that you might see a little price difference on the 150s being a little bit higher, but it's hard to know. Is it because it's a 150 or is it because it has better color? because most of the 150s have better color. So it's hard to pin down exactly why, but just if you're at the National or if you're looking online and you're going, I think the color looks good, or I think whatever, the 150s, in my humble opinion, are better 9 times out of 10. Totally agree with you there, Bob. It's the color is fantastic. Mine, it reminds me very much of the one that I have.
Gorgeous card,
and yes,
just a
first
classic.
Hall of Fame class. So, and again, that's a super fair price, $1,800, Joe. All right, next we've got another Mike Petty card.
I'm up again already.
You got some bangers, buddy. You got a Joe Wood Globe, Joe Wood, 1916. Again, if you're unfamiliar with these, the fronts of these cards, there's a lot of them that have the same front, but then the backs are different, which is interesting that they call them Globe cards or Herschelsheimers or Herpelsheimers and all these different, when the back is different, but on the T206s, they call them all the same set, even when the back is different, which is interesting. But tell us about this Joe Wood.
Well, the thought had never really crossed my mind really to sell this, to be honest with you, because everybody knows that I also love Smokeball Joe Wood. I'm just not a psychotic Joe Wood collector. Like there's a couple of guys out there that love him. And this particular card is very, very rare. I've actually had two of the guys that I really admire and like in our community reach out to me about this card that know that I have it, that are Joe Wood collectors at this time. And one of the guys wants to buy it back from me, and the other guy wants it, yet nobody really wants to put a price tag on it. So I'm going to do that tonight for them because I'm not going to sell a card and, just based on make a price up. So that's the price. And I came to that price by, there's only 2 of these in existence. It's one of the rarest backs there are. The other one has never been sold. It's a 7. This is a 2. So if the 7 ever sells, it's going to sell for over 25 or 30,000 at least. And that makes this a bargain at 5,000.
I think it's a bargain at 5,000.
Beautiful centering, a beautiful card.
I got good news, bad news for you, Petty. This comment here says there's a lady here that thinks you're real cute.
Could hardly blame her. She's only human.
The bad news, Petty, is she's not talking about you. She's definitely talking about me, because this person right here is the most beautiful 73-year-old woman on planet Earth, who also happened to birth me. So that's my mom in the chat.
God.
So
How
Mom making an
beautiful of you.
appearance. Appreciate that. Love you, Mom.
Thanks,
I hope
Mom.
that you're taking good care of Megan and Molly. They're all hanging out without me right now, and they all left me and Lucy home behind them. So beautiful card there, Joe Wood.
Yeah.
All right, next we got a coach card. This is a mini Minoso 53 tops in an SGC4. Look at the centering on that thing. Again, he's got a great eye. Mini Minoso, one of those guys that he got into the Hall of Fame later on through whatever you want to call it, the Veterans Committee or whatever. Should have been in years prior. Why he wasn't, I don't know. Skeppy saying hi to my mom. Yeah, look at that. Bob Boozle says, wish my mom supported me. Yeah, even Tony throwing out love to Mrs. Midlife. So beautiful card. He's asking $140 for that. So again, his email address on the screen. If you're interested, Jay Lee giving shout outs to Mama G.
That's a really good price and a beautiful card.
It is a beautiful card. Jay Lee, I got to tell you this. My mom, when I was on with you the first time and she heard one of our episodes, she went on and on about what a great voice you have, Jay Lee. She is a huge fan of Jay Lee's voice. She goes, man, he's got a radio voice. It's fantastic. So we got Musari. Now, I want to throw this out there before you get going on the card. I was just listening to something the other day. I think it was a Ryan Nolan video that he was doing with Alex, if I'm not mistaken. And he was talking about the Tom Barker cards, and they were talking about how the Tom Barker cards are much rarer than the national game cards. So for those out there that say, I've seen that card, I think it's cheaper. The Tom Barker version, which you can see the logo here, a lot fewer supply of those out there than the national game. So go ahead and tell us about this card of Ty Cobb.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to bring a Cobb to the party, right? We were hitting all the big names, so this is one I've got. I've got a bunch of Cobbs. This is thinning my burrito a little bit, pulling some of the juicy meat out, and and making room for other cards. And it's a great card. It's a vintage slab. It's one of the older slabs, but I think the grade holds up on it, and it's a great image. And you don't see this image on other cards like this Cobb image. So I think it's other than the national game. So I think it's a good card. I think 1,300 is a pretty good price for it, and
no doubt.
Be happy to go to some collector looking for a Cobb era Cobb card. So,
Yeah, it's a beautiful card. It's a beautiful image. Again, super fair price. PSA 5, Tom Barker game, 1913. Ty Cobb asking 1,300. If you're out there, reach out to my buddy David Musari. Any non-sport love? My goodness, we've had a bunch of non-sport already. Rewind, because yes, I promise you, Jake, they're out there. Yeah, you missed a ton for sure. Seriously, rewind. There's some good stuff. All right, next we got a David Chase. This is a 41 play ball Jimmy Fox. Tell us about the Jimmy Fox 41 play ball, Mr. Chase.
Let me tell you about Jimmy Fox. Okay. Jimmy Fox. I mean, first of all, who doesn't love this 41 play ball set? What a set, right? I mean, the DiMaggio, the Ted Williams, and then for me, it's the Pee Wee Reese and the Jimmy Fox, which is that next level. I have a flight of those. I really like looking at them together, but you know what? My Joe DiMaggio and my Ted Williams are better friends than the Jimmy Fox, and the Jimmy Fox is kind of left a little bit out. And it's just one of those cards that even though I really like it, and man, what a version this is of that card. I want to put Jimmy Fox into a hand of somebody that will enjoy it more than me. That's it.
I think he's sending it to you right now, Jake. It's David Musari with 2 S's at gmail.com. Well said. I agree with you, David Chase. I think that when you think of Jimmy Fox cards, his rookie from the 33 Gaudy, right, is kind of a recognizable card to me. I love this image, and he's one of these guys. He's kind of like Mel Ott and others that just get a little bit overlooked for whatever reason. Not sure why, but you look at his numbers. I mean, if you start pulling up stat charts and war charts and stuff, Jimmy Fox is way up there. But for some reason, he's not. He seems affordable for what he is. So your price on this one, $770. That seems cheap to me. I don't know what the card goes for, but a 41 play ball Jimmy Fox is centered like that in a 4. That seems like a good deal. Again, I don't know the comps. All right. Yes, Jaylee, tons of mutual love between the Sports Cards Live crew and MidLife crew for sure. Second man to 500 home runs. That's a good point.
I know that.
All right. Next, we got a Jaylee card. We got a 66 Topps. Now, when Jaylee sent me a bunch of cards to put up and I was going through the images, this card struck me. My gosh, look at the centering. It's a PSA 5, it's Willie Mays. The thing that I liked about this card and that day that he sent it was that there's an affordability. Like a lot of you guys sent big cards, but then you got the Jimmy Fox, which is affordable. You got the Willie Mays here that's affordable, but they're still really good looking cards. So 66 Topps, Willie Mays, PSA 5. Jaylee is asking $325. The email address on the screen again, sportscardsliveshow@gmail.com. And if you're not watching Saturday nights Sports Cards Live, you are definitely missing out. You're also missing out some David Chase time, some Joe Perot time, amongst others. So we're like first cousins, the Sports Cards Live crew and the MidLife team. So beautiful card there. Oh my gosh, we even got Megan. My wife showed up. This might be the first time that my wife showed up to a video. I saw one of my videos in a long time. That's our late dog Mandy there. She literally fell asleep on Megan's lap during COVID and her head on the keyboard, and she took a picture. So that is Mandy is long since remembered and in our home. So yeah, we got Megan in here too. This is unbelievable. So, by the way, Megan is the most beautiful 50-year-old woman on planet Earth. So we have some absolutely beautiful people in the chat tonight. And then we have Carl too. So, hey, Carl. All right. So Joe Perot. Now, when you sent this card, Joe Perot, this Nap Lajoie, this was one that stuck out. This is a cool card. 1908 E102 Nap Lajoie. Tell us about it.
I just would again point out the colors, the fairgrounds in the background, and nothing too wrong with that as an old SGC prescription bottle, green label. The two, not all SGC reverses actually have that gold sports card guarantee thing. That's kind of cool. That's kind of retro. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm just doing my best to try and, I've got some Lajoie, thanks to Mr. Mike Petty.
Yeah.
Moving off a little Lajoie just to try to get into some other stuff. So not much else to say. It's a great card.
Yeah, it's a beautiful card. And if I'm not mistaken, was it who bought one of these at Strongsville? Somebody bought one of these. I was standing there when they did it.
Our E102s are not easy to find.
No, it's a cool card.
It's a great card. Great.
Yeah,
card.
I want to say like
JT bought it. I think JT bought
40?
this card at the Strongsville. Yeah, low pop, but they're beautiful, and the background totally cool. I love this card, Joe. Mm-hmm. And he's asking 2,300 OBO as he carries his surfboard off. Joe Perot at gmail.com if you're listening. So, Fresh Prince, do me a favor. Petty, do you have his number?
Who? Fresh Prince?
Yeah.
I don't. He's local though.
Will you email me, please, Fresh Prince? I want to talk to you about something. I want to communicate something with you. I've been meaning to get a hold of you, and I don't think I have your contact information. So shoot me Instagram or an email. Next, we've got Petty with another Joe Wood. Deal. This thing is gorgeous. T207, Joe Wood, PSA 3. Petty, tell us about this card. You're asking $3,995.
Way too cheap. That's probably way over comps. But I mean, this card is like no other. And again, there's only 50 of these. It's in the top probably 10 or 15 of the copies. Again, people ask me to sell this, and they don't want to give me a price. So I thought I would throw that out there tonight if they're interested. Probably not going to negotiate on this particular card. So, or the Boston Globe so far, just so you know. But again, Smokeball Joe Wood, it says right on the back there, you can see it's the T207 brown background. Centering is just insane. If you're looking for a card in this particular card, I don't think you'll find one much better in this price range.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's not a card you see very often. Joe Wood doesn't have a ton of cards.
Again, not real interested in selling it, but again, if I'm offering these to to a real collector, who's going to want it, and like I know I won't hear from guys like Jake who want to try to buy it and resell it, or guys like that. These are collector, and if it's a collector, they may even get a little bit better price. But I'm just not really interested in selling them just for the sake of selling them. And will I say why I have you guys? These cards are simply that we're showing here tonight. These are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I'm just dumbfounded how nice some of these cards are. Everybody's.
Yeah, this has been really cool, and I wasn't sure what you guys were going to send me. When you were thinking about, when we were talking about doing this, and I do again want to reiterate this idea of like an online kind of setting like this, to me at least. Chris from Missouri kind of was working with 4 collectors, and they kind of did some trade night stuff. I thought it was cool, but then it was a conversation with Masari, where we were like, we should be doing more collector to collector sales instead of, going to a dealer and then the dealer selling it to the collector. So let's put some cards out there to the community and try to help each other out. So it's really a kind of a combination of Chris plus 4 collectors plus Masari. So, I think this is something cool. And I mean, everybody let me know, give me feedback. If this is something people like, we'll do it again in the future. We got 146 of you in the chat right now. So it seems, we're up against some stiff competition too with the All-Star game. There's a couple other live streams happening right now. So yeah, I agree with you, Jay Lee. It's a really cool card. All right, let's go to the next Musari card, which is another Tom Barker, this time a Hannes Wagner and a PSA 5. Tell us about this card.
Yeah, listen, I need to start selling some cards because I want both of Petty's Joe Woods. I like David Chase's Jimmy Fox. I like Jay Lee's Mays. I got a list. I'm down like 12 grand, so I got.
Well, wait until we go backstage tonight. This is going to be brutal. I mean, we're going to be making deals and going crazy here with that.
All right, so this is the sister card of the Cobb, right? It's the same grade. It's a 5. I've had kind of these 2 forever. They were twins in my collection. And, again, I've got some other Wagners, and this is one I just feel like somebody probably should buy both of these from me, to be honest. I'll cut them a little break and enjoy them and add them to your collection. It's the affordable Wagner of era, right? So, I'm happy to see it go to another.
And they're playing days cards. What more do you want? They're cards.
Yep.
They're really nice,
Oh,
actually.
they're great. I love the Tom Barker backs. I think they're cool.
Me too.
How much is that, Greg? How much is that?
Oh, I'm sorry,
2
1,500.
million. Well, I have to raise it because I need more spending cash. Now that I think 15 is that what I've got? There's a thing on the screen. I can't see the price, but I think I have 1,500.
I'm sorry. Let me get the comment.
There we go.
I was just trying to give Carl some love because I teased him earlier. Carl, I love you. I will say this: Carl is one of the few friends in the community that's actually been to my house and met my family.
Mine too. My wife loves him.
Yeah. What's not?
He
to
met
love?
mine too. He met mine too.
Is that right?
So
Yeah, he's been to my house and met my family too.
No shit.
Carl
That guy gets
cares.
around.
Some people just keep driving by Joe Perot, but some people stop. So, all right,
he's a
that's my
great
joke
guy.
to Joe because he once didn't stop at my house when he was nearby. Okay, so we're gonna start over because Orlando just got here, so that's perfect.
That's
I'm
fair.
just gonna go ahead and roll back about 80 slides. Love you, Orlando. Thanks for coming back, buddy. We got Ray from Philly in the house. Love you, Ray, as well. I saw that you were were you at the home run derby or something I saw some sort of post about you being at some sort of all-star event. Now, here's the card that Joshua Adams. What are we looking at here, Petty?
Oh, that was from Ray from Philly. This is from Ray from Philly.
That's
This
the
is
Hall of
tribute.
Fame.
This is a Hall of Fame
card.
card, Ray.
Yeah.
You get it in, and I'll be on your show one day.
Yeah, I don't have a channel, but I'm voting for that card as my one and only vote with Petty.
Exactly.
You don't have
Okay.
to have a channel to vote on the Sports Card Hall of Fame. Don't you watch
okay,
my
good.
shows, David Chase?
Of course I do,
Joshua
Greg.
Adams is a big fan of this card, so I don't know if he's in the chat. He hasn't shown his face. I don't even know if he knows that my channel exists. But tell us about the Leaf George Kell, which is a short print from the Leaf set. Take it away, Mr. Chase.
Josh Adams doesn't know how to get on the Hangover, and he's been on it 7 times. So don't take offense to that, Greg. This is, I mean, man, you have to really love Leaf cards to like to feel this card. Okay, it's a short print. It's one of the hardest cards to get in the set. Literally one of the hardest cards. It has one of the lowest pops. It has 163 of them. So if anyone's trying to collect a Leaf set, only 163 people in the world can do that with this kind of card. He's a Hall of Famer. These cards always look like a mess. I know you're all probably thinking like, wow, it's very off-centered for me. The registration here is killer. The only reason why I'm selling it is because I have a second one. I ended up getting it because I've been really trying to get this Newhouser card, which is another one of these crazy short print Leafs. I've been trying to use it as trade bait, but there's like 7 people that are trying to get this card and none of them have a Newhouser. So I'm starting to give up and I'll let it go and I'll try to get a Newhouser at the National.
And he's asking 4,400. But again, this is one of these scarcity versus demand things where really rare card. A lot of people want it. A lot of people go in for those short prints in the Leaf set. So, yeah, I mean, it's not even very often that you even see a card like this even available. So, all right. Next up is Jay Lee. Jay Lee is selling a 1950 Bowman Roy Campanella with really nice eye appeal and an SGC 3. and he is asking $150 for this. Why is Roy Campanella? I mean, Petty, you
That's
used to see
crazy.
Roy Campanella at the Dodger games when
I
you were
did.
younger, and he would sit there and sign autographs and stuff.
Yeah.
Why
you
is Roy
try.
Campanella? I mean, the guy has MVPs. He's a bridge player. He was, World Series champ. But why is his card? Why are his cards not worth more?
Well, I think this one is severely underpriced. This is one of his best cards, in my opinion. Also, a card not easy to find that remotely centered like that in a 3. And I don't know why some of his cards just don't get as much love. I can see the 54 Bowman not getting much love. It's kind of ugly, and the 55 maybe. But this card here, it's just, I don't know. It's exceptional. And he was just one of the greatest catchers. I mean, you can't argue. It's either Johnny Bench, Campanella, or Yogi Berra. Other than that, it's not Buster Posey. I mean, Buster Posey can't even take a hit at the plate, for crying out loud. He needs to change rules and just completely pussify and ruin the game. So these are the kind of catchers you're talking about. Back in the day, these guys were men.
What about
What's
tell
your
us
best
about
Campanella
Mike
card?
Trout? What do you think of Mike Trout, Petty?
Oh, I love him. I love him.
Yeah.
Love his injuries, his knee injuries, and my feelings are hurt.
Can you skip my Buster Posey card, Greg? It's my next card. Skip by it. I'm not going to sell that tonight.
This is a great deal. I almost want to pay full price and buy it just on principle right now.
Good number.
All right. Well, next, again, that's 150. Next, we have another T206. This is a Rodeo Joe Perot special. It's a PSA 3MK of Chief Bender, who has a really cool story. If you don't know the Chief Bender story, you should read about him and what he did for his community. And it has a back stamp, which is really cool to me. So tell us, Joe, a little bit about this card. Are you there, Joe?
Yeah, real quick, just strong saturation, great color, a little bit of a situation on the back. Fairly old PSA label, but as you said, Chief Bender, very well known in Hollywood, incredible sort of figure in American culture.
He's breaking up a little bit. I'm going to continue on. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You're back. You chopped out a second. Go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, important figure in American culture, and a Hall of Fame pitcher. So
yeah,
good stuff all around.
A lot of people back in the day used to put their stamp on the back of the cards, and it's interesting because I've been at card shows and stood at tables where people said, "You have a bunch of T206s. Show me the ones with stamps," and they only want to collect the stamped ones, it's kind of a thing. And then once you have one of the stamps, people try to find other cards with the same stamp, and it's sort of like an underground sub collecting that a lot of people do, which I think is really cool. So I actually like that it has the stamp. I have a few T206s with stamps on the back, so I'm a fan of that. And you're asking 500 OBO for the T206 Piedmont PSA 3 MK with the stamp on it. We got another Musari card because we're out of Petty cards. So the Petty collection offerings have
Wasn't there one more?
What was it?
I didn't want to blow the gig, but okay.
I'm sorry.
It's sold anyway, but
that's the one I didn't show because it was sold.
Okay.
I'm sorry if you wanted that.
Now it's sold. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go to Masari, but we have another guest, another special guest surprise. So I guess what we should do is bring that person on. Who do we have?
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Buddy.
Happy birthday, Petty.
Petty.
Who's that? Hey, what's up there, Clark?
What's going on?
Good to see you, handsome. I'm sorry,
Good
I
to
was
see you
just
guys
looking
too.
at my emails here. They're coming in fast and hard.
Well, Darren wanted to come say hello to the birthday boy. I mean,
Good. Thank you, Darren.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
birthday.
How you doing, buddy? What's new and exciting in your life other than your friend having a birthday today?
Not much. Just been busy with work and stuff, but other than that, just enjoying my card collection.
Yeah, and you haven't done a video recently, but I know that there was another acquisition recently. I've been waiting for the video to post, unless it posted while my internet was the hamster had gotten tired.
No,
And
it hasn't. I need to
Okay.
make that like tomorrow or the next day, and then I'll post
Just
it.
show it here. Show it here.
no,
Darren. Come
he's
on.
got to do a video. He's got it's
sorry.
it's video worthy. It needs all
It's
all
definitely
video. Trust
worthy.
me. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay. It's a big
Yeah.
card. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
Superman in the house. So Carl from Oz giving you a shout out.
Hey,
Well, I
guys.
appreciate you hopping in here. You stay as long as you want, and if you don't want to stay any longer, just wave us a goodbye. But we love having you, buddy. So
I'll hang
thanks.
for a bit.
Okay.
A bit.
Let's look at a Musari card then. So we got David Musari up next with a 1940 play ball Walter Johnson and a PSA 6. Asking 700. Tell us about this one, Mr. Musari.
Well, it's got, we got to have a Walter Johnson, right? It's an old holder, so vintage slab. It's also a slab opportunity. If you look on the right-hand side there, the slab's got a little bit of scuffing. So it's probably somebody that needs to re-slab it. I think most of us are doing that with a lot of the old slabs anyway. But, it's a 40 play ball Walter Johnson. And I just thought it would be a good one to put up, and probably would do an OBO on this one. So I'm going to bring it to the National and turn it into something else for the burrito. So that's where it is.
It's interesting too. Again, you're asking 700 for it. It's interesting too because this is a Gen 1 slab, and I find that you don't see the Gen 1 slabs very often. Again, it's a Gen 1 slab because of the font. Also, the zeros have the lines through them, and it has the longer barcode. There have been a lot of people over the years since I started my channel that have shouted out the belief that they think there's going to come a point where some of the different generation slabs will have their own kind of following. Like people will want to collect just the Gen 1 slabs, and you don't see them a lot. But to me, it's an interesting concept. So how often do you see a card in a Gen 1 slab? So it's a cool card. PSA 6 asking 700. Anything else before we go to the next one?
Nope, you did good. Like I said, there's a little bit of damage on that slab. So I would send it in. I'd get it recased. I'm not going to start collecting old slabs. So I think it's a recase.
Yeah. Yeah, there are people that do apparently, but I hear you. We got another banger from David Chase, a well-centered card. We got the 48 leaf Ted Williams in a PSA 2 9-digit serial number. This was probably graded in the last 12 months. Chase, tell us what's going on with this one. By the way, you're asking 5,000.
I mean, it's an expensive price. Okay. But you know what? Find a centered Ted Williams 48 leaf card. So just go try to do it. I've spent my collecting life trying to find cards like this, and I have a few of them. And this one I'm willing to let go if it's the right price. Now, because we have Darren as a special guest right now, I just want to have a conversation with Darren about this card for my 30 seconds on here. Darren, you're a Yankees fan. Do you have any like Ted Williams cards?
Do I have Ted Williams cards? Sure. I've got this card.
You do have this card?
I have this card. I have his rookie card too.
And with this card, how does it rank, do you think, like of Leaf cards for most beautiful? What would you rank this in for you?
Oh, for Leaf card, most beautiful, I would say this is probably, in my opinion, this and the Stan Musial are the best two looking Leaf cards.
Yeah, I agree with you too. For me, Jackie's on a different level, the Page is on a different level, but for most beautiful, I think this is number one. I think I pitched it even to Greg on one of these shows. So just wanted to put Darren in on this.
I definitely think it's the best looking Leaf card for sure.
Cool.
Coming from a Yankees fan, it's a nice card.
It's a beautiful
that card really jumped up recently too. It just It's gone off the charts, and that's a really nice copy.
I was at a show like 2 years ago, and there was one that was way off center, and it had a deep crease through the middle of it, and it was a 1, and the guy was asking like 1,200, and it sold. So I don't know if somebody got one for $800. That seems I mean, it must. I don't know what to say.
But you have to remember that these Leaf cards, there is a huge margin in when it's perfectly centered, especially, right? Yeah. And if you look at them and you look at the last 50 sales of them, and you look at the ones that have the highest, you're going to see crazy ranges, especially in lower grades. And the ones that have the high ones, it's the ones that are perfectly centered because there's nuts like me that like them. It's not going to go to an average person that just likes the cards every once in a while. But if you've been looking for this card and trying to find a centered version, it can take a long time to find one. And when you asked me before about that NBA sticker thing, I think this card did not get an NBA sticker.
And I don't know how. It's really ridiculous. But
David,
it's a beautiful card. And I will say that you like to collect those different colors, right?
Yeah.
Like the ghost color and this color and that color. I mean, if you just put it under like a hot lamp for a couple hours, I think, like a UV lamp, I think you could turn that into a nice pink version that could possibly match your complexion.
Oh, okay. I'm going to start thinking about that. Thanks, Patty. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I happen to have the pink version.
And then Chase, Mookie has a question for you. He says, didn't Ted Williams guest star on Different Strokes? I may be thinking of Muhammad Ali.
I remember Muhammad Ali holding on to Arnold, who, by the way, was probably 40 years old at the time when he was acting like a 3-year-old.
Yeah. That he knows it was Muhammad Ali. That's Mookie humor right there. I get you, Mook. I liked it. I giggled. All right, 51 Bowman, Pee Wee Reese in an SGC 7.5, and this thing is smoking hot from the Jay Lee collection. My gosh, beautiful Pee Wee Reese card. Now his rookie, if I'm not mistaken, is the 41 play ball. Is that right? Somebody out there help me. But then there was that stretch where there weren't a ton of cards. So this is, on the earlier half of his card collecting. He's asking $700 for that. Man, that's a beautiful card.
And that's a really good price too, I will say, from somebody who's a Pee Wee collector. This card is another classic.
Yeah, 7.5 seems. I mean, that's a stunner. Yeah. So let's go to our next one, which is, we got another 48 Leaf. So we got the 48 Leaf battle happening. So use these guys against each other. We've got a BVG 4 from Rodeo Joe Perot. Joe, tell us about this card.
I have 2 of the Ted Williams. You notice actually the BVG slab shows 49 Leaf, which is interesting because it's from quite a ways back. And
Dr. Beckett was ahead of his time.
He was ahead. This is the better of my 2 Williams, but just trying to move stuff out. Great color saturation, not quite as good as centering as the good. Let's call him the good David Chase. Let's call him the good David Chase. But yeah, again, just moving things for national. And if I can slip in, Darren, I'm just so happy you got that Sport Kings Jim Thorpe, because that thing flew off the handles the other weekend. Was it Saturday night? But anyway, yeah, Ted Williams. I think it's, but I'm willing to negotiate on this one. But I think what we saw with David's card, this card is on the rise, and I don't think you're going to go wrong with sort of primetime Ted Williams.
Yeah, it's a beautiful card. He's asking 4,100 OBO. Again, it's a BVG 4. Darren, to the Thorpe. Now, just to kind of loop you in a little bit, that was Strongsville. If I'm not mistaken, that was Strongsville 2025 that you got the Thorpe, right?
No, it was this year.
No. No, you got the. What did you get last year then?
I got the Red Range last year.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I bet the Thorpe has doubled since you bought that Thorpe. That card is going nuclear right now.
Nice.
Yeah. So for whatever that's worth.
No, that's good.
Want to put it up tonight, Darren? Yeah, join the fun.
Yeah, you want to put anything up for sale? Just go grab some stuff.
I don't, because after my last auction, some of the cards I sold in my last auction, I've like gone to go look for in my case and realized I had sold it. So I think I've cleared the hurdle of the cards I want to sell. I think I sold some I didn't want to. So I'm done. I'm done selling for a while.
Jim at the bank agrees with me that you got the Thorpe last year. So I don't know.
No, I think Jim at the bank agrees I got it this year.
Oh, this
Hold that
year.
back up. Yeah. There we
No,
go.
it says last year. Darren
Sure.
got the Thorpe last year. He agrees with me.
Okay, good. Aren't you a teacher?
Yeah. No, come on. I mean, everybody agrees with me. Okay. Musari, this is a cool card. This is the 52 Redman Tobacco. Willie Mays doesn't have the tab, but it's a PSA 4. It's got the eye appeal sticker on the back. Tell us about this one. Why are you? What's the reason you're letting this card go?
Well, first of all, can I address David Chase for just? I got a lot going on in my head. So
yeah,
just to summarize, so he pitched you the Ted Williams card, and now he's selling an eye appeal low grade copy for $5,000 on your show. Is that right? I mean, he pitched you to buy it. This is why I'm the good David.
He's smart.
I don't do you like that.
He's smart. I'm telling you.
To tell you the truth, I really don't even want to sell that Ted Williams card. I might even put it off the market.
All right. Sorry. Listen, I have it with the tab. I love these. I love these Redmans. I think they're great. I think they're so underappreciated. And I've got it with tab, and I feel like somebody else can have my no tab one. And actually the no tab ones have a really to them, right? You don't have this weird tab at the bottom. But my one with tab's a little higher grade, so I want to keep one of them. And this one block, but I'm not asking much for it.
You're asking $400. Is that right? Did I misprint that? Is it really $400?
$400. I think that's fair
insane.
value.
That's insane. That's like I can flip that and make money off of
There's
that.
no flipping. This is collector to collector. That's what we're doing here. Listen,
that's an insane price, David.
I realize these are Ohio prices. Everybody else on here has got California prices.
I gotta say this. When I was in Strongsville in like 2025 or 4, we sat down to breakfast and I'm looking at the prices on the menu for the breakfast and I'm just like, these prices are insane. And people are like, they're high? And I'm like, dude, this would be $24 in California. It was like $9. It was just, it's crazy. Gas right now.
I got to jump, guys.
All right. See
Happy
ya.
birthday, Patty. It's good seeing you guys. Good luck with you.
Thanks, Darren. All right, man.
See you in
Peace,
Chicago,
love. We'll
buddy.
see you soon. See you in a couple of weeks. Oh, yeah,
See you guys.
Bye.
See you, bud.
In a couple weeks.
See you in a couple weeks, guys.
That's a crazy price. That's a beautiful card too.
I priced these to move them, and I want this to.
No, I'm giving you grief in the most loving way possible. Like you put very fair prices on your items tonight.
You can't flip it. You can't flip it. If you want,
I'm not flipping it. I'm
okay,
yeah. I'm just saying someone could. It's such a good price. All right, we got another David Chase card. This is a 57 tops. This is a 57 tops Bill Russell in an SGC 1 for David Chase. Really well centered, which should shock nobody. So tell us about this one. Why are you getting rid of this?
I have a second one. I have a second one. That's my favorite. That is my second favorite card in my collection is my other SGC 1 of this card. Literally of my entire collection. Ahead of my 48 Leaf Jackie. And the reason why is because anybody that's looking for this card, the centering is so hard to deal with. I mean, it's harder than the 55 Clemente, and which is kind of the one that everyone kind of talks about is so hard to get centering. This is literally like the hardest card to get centered. I mean, it's not perfect. It's a little bit up or down, but I mean, it is very close. It has that back issue, which is the reason for the grade, which is what I love. I mean, I love this card, and I've had it, and I don't really. Again, I don't care if I sell it or not. Okay, like I'm fine to hold these cards because I also think that a Bill Russell rookie is relatively undervalued compared to what has happened over the last 10 years with baseball cards. And I think that this is with baseball cards over the last 10 years. I think that Bill Russell rookies, Chamberlain rookies, I think they have a long way to go to catch up with as being the most iconic cards in all of basketball compared to where they are. They've gone up, but they haven't gone up as much as I feel like they should. So I don't mind if this doesn't sell, but I would sell it because I'm trying to do it for the National. If it's not during this time of year, by the way, if you ask me to buy this 3 months from now, I will not sell it.
Is this a Mount Rushmore basketball card in your eyes?
100%. I think that the Mount Rushmore basketball cards would be the Russell, the Chamberlain, the Mikan, and the Magic Bird rookie. Those are my Mount Rushmore basketball cards. And this one, again, including the Mikan, go through the last 100 sales in all grades and try to find a better center one. It's very tough, even at high grades.
Yeah,
you're asking 5,500 on this card. Yeah, it's a really cool card, and like you said, the centering, it's sort of like the 59 Gibson, the 55 Clemente, the 79 Ozzie Smith. It's just a tough one, and yet this one is really nice. All right, we're back to Jay Lee with another doppelganger card.
Boy, you're not kidding.
Yeah, this is a 53 Bowman color. I've long said I think the 53 Bowman color is of Warren Spahn is one of my favorite cards of all time. You got the big Brave on the shoulder. You've got the glove. Look at his glove on his right hand there. That's just I just absolutely love this card. I have one. It might be in a 4 as well. I love this card. This one's really well centered. Jay Lee is asking 350 on it. Again, anybody got anything to add to this besides what I got? 53 Bowman color, one of the best sets of all time, right? What is Mookie talking about? The Menendez brothers? Menendez brothers are two. Yeah, I could see that for sure. Mark Jackson card. Okay.
I'll say something about 53. 53 Bowman.
Yeah.
I think 53 Bowman, I agree with you, is one of the greatest sets of all time. That Pee Wee Reese card, I love. I mean, man, there's a Whitey Ford card that's amazing where he's looking at the baseball. There's so many amazing cards. I have this card. If I didn't have this card, the Yogi.
I mean, the Mantle, the Reese, obviously, like you said, a great set.
I mean, there's like 12 cards that are amazing, right?
More. I think there's more. I think there's 20 cards.
Mutual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Matthews.
Yeah, that's a great card too. I mean, really, like for all of it's an incredible set, incredible Hall of Famers.
And the Snyder. What about the Duke Snyder in that set? I mean,
I love that.
You never find it centered. The centering is great on this. It also has a higher PSA grading number, and centering. It's impossible on these cards. This is really nicely centered. I'd like. I have it already too, and it's
me too.
Before, but it doesn't look like that. So
if I didn't have this card, I'd be buying it from Jay Lee.
Yeah, it's a cool card, no doubt about it. All right, we got another Rodeo Joe. This is a 53 top satchel page. I guess we got names spelled. I spelled it the way it's on the card, even though it's wrong and the flip has whatever. I'm sure I'll catch heat for that. 53 top satchel page in a Beckett 2 that Joe Pro is asking 1,400 for. It looks pretty sharp for a 2.
Very.
Joe, your thoughts? Joe, you frozen? Blink twice if you're safe, Joe, just so we know you're okay. He's not. We can swing back to him. Poor Joe and his
old
Joe's
slab,
Wi-Fi. Joe
nice
is the
colors.
only person. Oh, sorry, you're going. Yes, it is a satchel. You froze on us for a moment there, so go for it. We can hear you though.
Yeah, it's got some subgrades on the back. Old satchel.
Oh, now if he goes. The hamster got tired at his internet provider.
Can
Just
I
like
pitch
it
this
did
for Joe? Can I pitch
do
this
it.
for Joe for 30
You go
seconds?
for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Satchel Paige is one of those players that for me, I hoard Satchel Paige cards, right? Because I really feel like Satchel Paige is, even though all of us as collectors love these cards, I feel like he still doesn't get his due as much as he should. And there's only 3 of them. That's the crazy thing. And none of us are going to get that 48 Leaf except for Chris from Missouri, who's in the chat, which I respect Chris so much. And I want that card so badly, but I don't have it. So now we really only have 2 that are kind of available to us. And one of them is that 49 Bowman. And man, those prices are going crazy. And this one is one that collectors can have as a grail. That is an incredible card. And it's a great picture of him. And it really represents Satchel Paige. And this is a very sharp version of this card. So I just say, I really believe that everybody should have this card in their collection. Oh, look at that. Look at this. That's an amazing one too. One of pretty much 2 if the 48 Leaf card is out of range. But man, what a card and what a player.
Yeah. Well
Can
said.
I throw in, Greg? This is
Yeah.
the card that made me fall in love with vintage.
Really?
It was this card. I saw it. I bought it. It was a raw copy. It's one of my first vintage cards. I bought it when I was younger, when I was collecting 70s cards, and I just thought it was unbelievable. And I still have that feeling about it.
And when I started putting my collection back together in 2007 or 8, this was one of the first 10 cards I bought. I mean, it was one of those that I had to have. And if you love baseball and the vintage cards, I mean, this is a must-have.
Yeah, my dad just bought a raw one of these, which will be his pickup on the next Midlife Community Show and Tell, which, by the way, still accepting submissions if you've not yet done that. A little reminder to submit your card for the Midlife Community Show and Tell. All right. Next, we've got another Masari card, and this is another card. I mean, David is just haunting me at this point with I just should sign over like my car or something, because this is a beautiful 56 Topps Jackie Robinson in a PSA 5. Tell us about it.
I am using my cards to win your love, my friend. That's my plan with this. Listen, I have another one of these. It's a double for me. I don't tend to distinguish between the gray back and the white back so much. I have the white back in a higher grade, but it's a great card. It's a little bit off center, top to bottom, but it's got a great image on it. This is an amazing card. We needed a Jackie as part of this show, so I brought this one, and I'm willing to let it go to the right home. That's what I got on it.
Oh God. Check my phone if I have it. Is everything okay? You're freaking me out, buddy. Oh. Yes, that's a beautiful side by side. Oh, let me show you guys. This is John 3D wanted me to show that side by side. Those are 2 beautifuls. Look at that side by side. I got a missed call earlier from my wife, and so somehow I was freaking out. Sorry. Okay. Let me get back to where we were. Okay. Yes. Sorry to take it away. The asking price is beyond fair, people. If you want a 56 Topps Jackie and you don't have
all right,
one,
I'm just going to cut to the chase here. All right.
Yeah.
That's an absurdly low price for this card right now.
Is it?
This card.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got
Hey, look.
I mean, I'm not saying to raise it or anything, but
I'm
these
raising
cards
it.
are ridiculously hard to find. Now, it is in a little bit older, slab, but from what I can see without looking at it closely, I mean, it resembles a 5, maybe a 4.
I don't want to take away a deal from anybody, but I agree. I would buy it right now for that price.
I've been buying these cards for the last 2-3 months in 2s and 3s that have somewhat eye appeal, just because there's not a whole lot of Jackie cards, and I needed to fluff up my burrito in the Jackie area a little, and there's no real way to do it, when you have everything. So I just said, I want to upgrade by downgrading some of my 56s, 55s, 54s. And this card is his last card, and it's classic. This looks pretty sharp what I could see by the corners. So
What am I asking for?
I think you're asking 1,200. I think it's I would just say it's a fair price. I mean,
that's probably a pretty good price. I mean, I think they're trading at about 1,400. But listen, if I sell it, I got to pay the, 1,500.
Right. No. I mean, I think for anybody who's watching this, I'm going to let this go up at least until our backstage passes start. But I'm not going to go too much. If you guys better get a hold of him pretty quick, because this is not going to last.
I will say the same thing, because if somebody doesn't get a hold of him quick, okay, I will buy this card from him for that.
Just me too. Just out of principle.
Yeah. So somebody who wants this card for their collection that loves it, reach out to him right now.
Quickly.
Yeah.
No dealers, please.
Yeah.
Well, Orlando has chimed in here. He says David M has fair prices to sell. Chase has museum pricing. Love you, Orlando.
And I have national pricing.
Yeah.
Chris from Missouri. This means that if there's any sincerity in that, that means a lot to me, buddy. Because I love the hell out of you. Chris is the greatest. He's just such a great guy. It's crazy because when you start to become friends with some of these great guys, and then they say, "Oh, I'm not going to the National this year," you're just like, "What are you doing to me? Why are you trying to ruin me?"
Well, there's a chance that I might sneak away for a little Midwestern visit come October, I think. We'll see, but because I definitely want to get out there and spend more time with the Midwest guys for sure. I just love it out there. I love those guys.
Yeah, they're good guys. But then there's a whole band of them right there through the Missouri area.
And I really enjoy every one of them.
Yeah. We got another David Chase card. This is a card that, my goodness, I would love to land this card. 58 tops Jim Brown and a PSA 3 with the gold sticker. And you're asking 3,300 on it. Talk to us about this card.
This card, because people are probably going to laugh at that price, I'll just put it up for auction and we'll see how it does. Which I think that will get an all-time price by a significant amount. This card we discussed on Sports Cards Live, The Hangover, when we decided which of the two cards would I sell. I had two gold stickers, one a PSA 2, one that's a PSA 3. I like my PSA 2 better, even though this one is pretty spectacular. I mean, it's by the smallest margin, so they're very similar. I'm just getting rid of the one that has the higher grade because I like that game. And again, this is a card I will sell, like no matter what. And if I don't sell it by the National, I will just walk it right over to like REA or Heritage and drop it off there.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, look at that. David just emailed you on a couple of cards. I mean, I do want to continue to throw that out there to guys. And by the way, I
can't stop fielding offers here right now. That's what's going on with me.
I want to just say something to the community out there. I'm not taking a commission on any of this. So when David Musari sells me a couple of cards, he should definitely take that into consideration, right? I mean, come on.
He's already sold one to me. If he would look at his emails, and
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should do this more often. This is fun. We still got 140 strong. It's 10:53 on a Tuesday on the East Coast.
Flu meds for me are really kicking in right now. I can't tell you. I mean, I'm just on Q Street. But
we got Dean in there. We got Darren's brother in there. We're called Darren Dean's brothers. That's
Dean. Oh, Dean.
Love me some Dean. Can't wait to. I get to see my annual Dean visit in a couple of weeks. Can't wait to see you, buddy. We haven't set a date yet for a breakfast, so we got to make sure we do that. Okay. Email sent to David from Bob as well. This show's a blast. Thank you, Skeppy. I appreciate you, buddy. This is a beautiful card. David, of all of your cards, I would like to have many of them, but this is the one I would like the most. So, hey, I wouldn't even rule your price out. I don't know. We'll see what happens at the National.
I'm going to guess Petty's going to like my next card. We'll see, though.
Okay.
I already liked them. I liked all of them.
This, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is Musari's last card. I think it is an SGC 7 Pete Rose, and look at the centering on that blazer of a Pete Rose rookie card. My Lord, that's a beautiful card. I mean, it's you know what you're asking 4,400, which again I think is a very fair price for what you're getting here in this SGC7. Why are you letting this thing go? Do you not think he's going to the Hall of Fame? Does that not matter? Do you hate Pete Rose? Do you not like dead people? What's the deal?
I love Pete. So, I've got to run. I have this representing the rookie, but honestly, probably not a good way to sell this card, but I've never liked this card. And when I go through my collection, I think it's an ugly card. So, I just figured there's somebody that would love this. I'm more of a PSA guy than an SGC guy. It does have great centering. This card is impossible to find well centered. And it's a 7, so it's got some value. And so I don't know. I just feel like it was one of those I got to put out to the community and see if somebody wants it.
I mean, this card is insane as much as I hate it. But I mean, it's a 7 and it's perfectly centered. How much are you asking for this one? Let me see.
40,
I don't see.
$700.
Oh, shit. Come on.
4,400. 44.
I mean, it's probably a hell of a price. I'll tell you.
It is.
Probably one of the,
it's a very fair price.
It's a good price.
Dylan, I just want to tell you, dude, you can rewind there. You can go back and watch the start of the show that you missed. That's the beauty of this, is it's taped. So just rewind and see what you missed. Because I got to tell you, there were some big cards that I missed. And the funniest part is that I'm trying to host a show and I got you clowns texting me. My phone is blowing up because you guys are texting me about fighting over cards from each other. All right, I got to put my phone away. I got to stay focused here. Got to keep my teacher face on. All right, here we go.
How you can
let's settle this. Mike, do you really want the jacket? I've had a couple people already email you.
What do you mean? Did I offer you full price live already?
Okay, but you
what more do I got to do? What do you want me to beg?
Dave, are you going to accept his offer on the show? What do you think?
I got 2 other people.
Hey, let me tell you something.
It's his birthday, Dave. It's his birthday.
It is Petty's birthday, and if you're out there just joining us, it is Petty's birthday. And Joe, the hamster,
I'll throw lunch in. I'll throw lunch in for 5 of your closest friends.
All right, done. All right, done. Listen, birthday,
can I be one of the 5 friends for the lunch?
Yes.
Done. All right,
here we go.
What you guys eat from across the room? Is that okay? Can I?
Oh boy, man! Last SGC7 with similar centering went for $6K. Matt from the card story chiming in. I mean, I agree with you, Matt. His prices are very fair. This is what David Massari is all about. I'm going to be dead serious for a second. I'm being dead serious for a second. He has been preaching to me for at least a year. Why aren't we selling cards to each other? And what we're all used to is we're all used to paying dealer prices, which is what the card is worth plus 20%. And David's like, why don't I just sell it for what it's worth to other people? And that's what he's doing. He's a very fair guy. That's why I love him. So that's why he's one of my top favorite Davids out there.
I've been bumped down. I'm down a few.
Yes, my internet, man. They got the hamster fired up, gave him a shot of adrenaline, and we are back up and rolling today. Okay. Next card, we have a David Chase card. And let me tell you, the most impressive card of the entire show hasn't even been shown yet. I think it's next. It's Jay Lee's last card. You're gonna just be blown away.
Joe Jackson.
61 Fleer, Wilt Chamberlain in a PSA 2, and the centering is incredible. You shouldn't be surprised because it is a David Chase card. David, you're asking $5,000. Tell us about it.
This is a card that was on
Honey, could you get the checkbook?
This is a card that was on the Mike Baker video. This is a card that Petty said at the time, I'm getting this card from you. And there's been, I think, 2 people that have reached out to Greg asking about this card. At the time, I wasn't selling it, but I picked up another one. I did pick up another one. So I do have 2. So And by the way, it's very hard for me to tell which one I like better. Like, I mean, I love both of them. The other one, I think this one has a more deep, rich color, which I really like. The issue with this card, by the way, which I want to point out to everybody, is like that right under his arm, there's a little crease there, right? On that purple that like
Right
goes
there.
from his bicep down. Exactly. That's what makes it a 2. So I love this card. When I got, this is how I met my my friend John Irwin, the dealer, by the way, was this card. Let me tell you, I want to give a little 30-second story about dealers. Okay. I didn't know John Irwin. I was walking around a show and I start seeing these cards from him. And I'm like, dude, you have the greatest cards. He was a relatively new dealer. He had this card priced. It was a little bit high. And he told me what he paid for. And I said, there was 2 comps and they weren't really working with what that card I thought was worth. I came back at the next show and I said the same thing to him. And I was like, man, I love this card. And he said, you know what? I just want us to have a relationship together. How about this? Give me like $50 more than what I paid for it. And you have yourself a deal. And we did that deal. And now I have sold him more cards than any dealer I've ever had. And I have bought more cards from him from any other dealer that I had. So just dealers out there, like what happened with Mike Petty before with that one dealer, sometimes you don't have to take as big of a win in every circumstance because you can make a lot more money if you have people that really respect you and want to deal with you. And now this guy is my friend and I would make deals with him all day long. He's the first person I go to sell my cards if it's not the community. Okay, sorry. So I love this card. What's the price on it, Greg? Knock our socks off on it.
Sorry, $5,000.
$5,000. Find another low grade Will Chamberlain that for $5,000. That looks like that. That's it.
You can't.
Yeah,
No.
it's a beautiful card. It's interesting that the Wilt Chamberlain and the Bill Russell rookies are both impossible to find centered cards. Like those are 2, if you're talking 61 and before, those are 2 of the biggest cards, and they both have major centering issues. So very cool. All right, I think the next card is the Jay Lee card. That is going to you are going to go, oh my gosh, that looks
This card was insane.
just like Warren Spahn.
Near mint 7.
You've got a 48 leaf Jeremy Lee card in a PSA.
I thought it was
7.
Warren Spahn.
No, this is a Jeremy Lee card. He came up around the same time as Spawn. And he's asking $1 million for that card. So I email him if you're interested right there. In all seriousness, I think I heard Jay Lee, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, on Saturday's Sports Cards Live, that he had some of these printed out and he's going to be handing them out at the National. So if you see Jay Lee and you want one of these, I can get you a better deal than $1 million. Yeah, there he is. He's in the chat. You can get one. Where's he at? There he is. Yeah, it's super cheap for what you're getting. Can you confirm that, Mr. Lee, that if somebody were to see you at the National and get one of these, they can get one for a little bit less than $1 million? Seems like a great deal. It's beautiful card. Beautiful. So
it really is.
We got a Rodeo Joe with a John McGraw, which is, if you wrote a book, which people have done, on the early history of baseball, John McGraw is a really important character. Joe, tell us about this card.
Pretty simple polar bear back, nice surface, well centered. T205 presents really well with the gold bordered edges. Not much else to say.
Yeah, it's a cool card. Very bright color on it. This would have been, I think, his managing days, right? And he, these gold border cards, the beauty of these cards, especially the National League cards, I like a lot. So it's something that this set is kind of a little bit of an overlooked set for whatever reason. So I love it. I'm glad that there was one represented in the show tonight. Now we have a David Chase has a Batman card. Tell us about the 1966 Topps Batman. Now you have been going heavy into some non-sport stuff, including superheroes, but you're cutting loose on this Batman.
Only reason I'm kind of loose. I'm kind of loose because I ended up literally just picking up another one about 2 weeks ago. The reason why I keep saying that I picked up another one is because that's the game I play, right, guys? Like, I play the game of I buy a card that I think looks really good. Like, this one does look really good, but if I find one that I like better, I'm okay to replace it. And that's why you keep hearing me say that over and over again, because I believe in the ones that I'm picking up. I think I can sell at a pretty nice price because I overpay for them too. So I get it. I know it's probably annoying to hear that some of these are higher prices, but I pay higher prices when I'm buying these cards, unfortunately, also. This is a card I bought with Petty, actually. I bought it with you, buddy, when we were in LA like a couple of months ago. But I found one very recently that I like better, and I think that this is around the price that I paid for it.
Yeah, it's become a really popular card. There's a few of these cards over the last couple of years that have really gotten popular. This is one of them. That Walt Disney with Mickey card has gotten very popular, and it's interesting to see what the prices have been doing on some of this stuff. So, yeah, very cool card. Mookie is a big fan of this set. I think Mookie has been building out the whole set and pretty decent.
He's got like 3 sets. He's got one for him, one for his kid, one for maybe another one for he's got one for every day of the week.
Yeah,
and
he's asking
so.
660 on it. I don't know if that's good or not. David, is this what these cards are up to now?
Yeah. I mean, I overpaid for mine because it's centered, right? These cards are very tough to find centered too. As Mookie will tell you, it's just, because I'm such a centering freak, when you finally find one that's centered, you're going to pay up for it. And if you don't care about centering, I'm jealous because you'll get cards for a more reasonable price.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
Joe has that's where we're at in the hobby at the moment. We have a 34 Gaudy Lou Gehrig, and when you sent me a picture of this card at first, I was trying to. I think what I said to you, Joe, is that like paint or something? You said no, it's rubber band, right?
I think it's rubber bands. I don't know what it is.
Makes sense.
So we got a PSA 1 34 Gaudy with the aqua background. He's asking 4,400. It does make sense, which, this is sort of like we should ask Mookie to do like a full investigation on the card on what happened. Because I know if anyone could tell us, it would be him. But it looks to me like that's what happened is this card was probably on the top of the stack and it had the rubber band around it. And when the rubber band started to, come apart, it took off a little bit of the surface. Is that our guess, Joe? I know that
those rubber bands, what happens are that they crumble when they get old. That it could have just, if they sat in a box or something and that rubber band just over a period of time disintegrated. I mean, it makes sense, but it's hard to say. That it could have happened and then just went right into the card. And when they pulled it off, obviously there would have been 3 rubber bands on it that way though. The same kind. I don't think it's from one rubber band.
Right. I agree.
Like my Wi-Fi, it's a mystery.
I'll tell you what, it's everybody, but I mean, California apparently.
I want to say something about this card of Joe's card that I really love. I mean, first of all, without those rubber band marks, look at how beautiful that card is, right? And by the way, with the rubber bands, I mean, we're on the Hangover tomorrow. We're going to be talking about cards that are relatively altered, that are kind of one-on-ones. There is nobody that would ever see this card that would not know this card, right? This is a one-of-one in a way. It is kind of an art piece, in my opinion. Like, it is so different than every other version you'll see of this card. And yes, it's not the version that you always picture when you see this card, but it's a 1. And it is a version kind of a one-of-one, because literally you could sell this card. And if Joe sells this tonight, in 20 years, if he sees this on eBay, he will know that's his card, which is pretty cool.
True. That is pretty cool. That's a good point.
Now, the other thing you could do with it is you could cut it out of there and you could have, one of these doctors fix it up And I'm not saying that you get it regraded, but I mean, you just call it restored. I mean, a lot of that's happening, and you might have a $10,000 card in a in an A.
Put a purple background on it
because the card's that nicely centered, and you know how they're impossible to find.
Watch The Hangover tomorrow. That's all I can say.
I didn't even know. I didn't know. I just happened to make a make a comment.
All right.
About it.
Well, over on the Sports Card Clubhouse,
you guys have already decided. Maybe we should all get involved. Let's try it.
All right. The Hangover is must watch for me each week, by the way. All right.
The Hangover tomorrow, just to even say, will be have the most thumbs down of any video in the history of the Clubhouse.
You know what they say, a thumb is a thumb. And don't forget to tell your friends, if you get a thumbs down, you should enjoy it as much as the thumbs up.
It's one that's prickly. I'll tell you that.
All right, good. I love that show. And the music is great that you guys did at the beginning.
Who is in charge of that music, Chase?
I'm sure it was you.
Thank you for asking, Greg. That was me. And I sent that to Jeremy I sent him 2 songs for what the possibility of a hangover is. And it took me forever to make those 2 songs. He said, I don't like those 2 songs.
How did you did it yourself?
Yeah, I'm a producer on the side, Petty. And
I didn't realize that. I mean, did you have
you use AI and you could figure things out these days. So but it did take me a while. It took me 2 hours, an hour to do that. He sent me back to the drawing board. I spent 4 hours and I sent him 7 more songs. And he's like, I don't really like these songs either. And I said, good. Well, then go create your own songs. One day later, he goes, I like the first one that you sent me.
All right.
And that's what everyone loves.
Dirty laundry, spent an extra 4 hours
on it.
All right. Well, next up, we've got a modern card. And it is a Lionel Messi rookie card. Now, he has, a few rookie cards, 3, you can make an argument for. But this, to me, is my favorite of his rookie cards because I love the image. Tell us about this card and your thoughts on it. I know you talked about this on The Hangover recently about buying it not all that long ago.
Yeah, this is a card I bought thinking that I was going to keep it for 10 years because I thought that Messi cards were way underpriced. I tried to buy as many rookie Messi cards as I could a couple years ago. And I missed out on the big one. Unfortunately, I was second highest bidder many times. This is, in my opinion, his second most coveted rookie card behind the one that people think of that kind of has a weird picture of him kicking the ball.
This one isn't a weird picture?
Well, this one's more of a portrait, but he does have a mullet, which always give an extra point too.
Yeah, there's got to be points for mullets. After all.
I always do
king
that.
Of mullets here.
That's right. Petty. And there's a pop of 970 of these. There's about the same amount. There's an Italian version. I like the Spanish version, which is this better because he paid for Barcelona, which Greg mentioned at one point on another show.
That was a phone call between the two of us yesterday. I said that
our phone calls are pretty much the same as our show, so they're all the same to me. So this card, right? This is. This card of any of the cards that I've had here is the card that I could see being 10 times the price in 10 years from now. Okay. There's also more risk to this card, right? Because it has gone up so aggressively in the short period of time. But this is taking a bet on the hobby. This card is taking a bet on Fanatics. And if they're able to expand internationally, and if they're able to do that, I think that this version of a card in a high grade like this is a big card. And it's a big card now, right? I think I'm asking $11,000 for it. There's one, they're selling and they're going up every single sale with Messi doing all this stuff in the World Cup. I believe that if I do not, I'm going to the West Coast Card Show, by the way. If anybody wants to meet me there to make any deals, we can talk then. I'm doing that this weekend. I would be very surprised if this card does not sell this weekend at West Coast Card Show.
Yeah, it's. I think that this card is really hot. Tomorrow's game against England is going to potentially affect it because if they could go back to back and he could lead them at almost 40 years old.
What's the price on this again?
11.
I'm sorry, I haven't shown it. 11,000.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Again, the game tomorrow is going to be really interesting. So,
Who
all
are they
right.
playing?
And in case we missed it, Joe is officially tapping out on the Wi-Fi. He was getting bumped all night. He was
Yeah,
getting
that
choppy all night.
sucks.
So sucks. But Joe, you have a few more cards. I will be happy to talk about them here. I think you're actually next. So I'll be happy to talk about those cards. And let's take a look at that first one. This is a Philadelphia Caramel E95 Sam Crawford. It's interesting. I said a few minutes ago about John McGraw being a really important character in early baseball. I think you could say the same thing about Sam Crawford. He was a very influential, important player in the era. This set, again, there's 25 cards in it, and you look and you can see the list on the back there. But Sam Crawford is, Hall of Famer, beautiful card. It's got some issues, obviously. It's a SGC one. He's asking $325. You can't buy many Philadelphia Caramels for in that range, let alone a Sam Crawford card. So again, cool card there. We got another David Chase, and we have another mess.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
I have that set, and they're really hard to find centered.
They are, and this car, Joe has a hell of a collection here of pre-war cards that maybe a lot of people didn't realize it. I had an idea, but you're getting to see his the range of depth of collecting what you got going, because this is a really hard card, not an easy series. One of the best cards out of the set here of all things, believe it or not. Hard to find this way, especially. So I don't know, what's he asking for this one?
He's asking $325.
Yeah, it should be an easy seller. So
peanuts. That's
he's
gonna 100% sell that.
Somebody take advantage of that.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I do want to throw a shout out because John 3D was just mentioning that he is working on Hobby Palooza thumbnails. So I do want to, again, remind everyone, Hobby Palooza is Friday through Sunday. Check that out if you are not aware. It's going to be basically back-to-back live streams on 4 collectors. My slot or the MidLife live group is going to be Sunday afternoon. It's, I think, the last show before the wrap-up show. Back to David Chase's Messi. This is, again, the third, I guess you could call it third of 4, I guess, rookie cards of Messi. This one's in a PSA 6, and it's 2,200. Kind of similar thoughts as the other one, but it's just a different picture.
Yep. This is the cheapest of the 4 rookie cards. They all came out at the same time. This one's the least coveted, probably because it has that facsimile autograph, but everyone kind of thinks because it says autograph that it's real, and then everyone's like disappointed that it's not. All of them have that. So I think that's the reason that it brings the price down. So if you want to get in on the cheapest of the Messi rookies, this is the version.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Dan, thanks for checking in, buddy. And look for us at the National. I'm glad you're going to be there. We've got another Joe card. This is a E95 Philadelphia Caramel. Really good eye appeal, Frank Chance, which I mean, another important player from the era. Part of the trio, the double play trio, was actually, believe it or not, for 1 year was a Yankee captain. So he's in my Yankee captain run. Really a sharp card. It's an SGC 2. Looks like it maybe has a little bit of staining over here on the edge, which is the reason for it. But the centering, again, pretty darn good. The corners seem really sharp. So a nice looking card there. He's asking $750 OBO, which again, eye appeal is fantastic. Anybody else want to jump in on anything for Joe there?
I'll just say what I said before. Another great card here from his collection.
Yeah, Jim Define is echoing that too. I agree. Joe brought a lot of good pre-war stuff, made a lot of that cool stuff available. So that was it was kind of cool because between everybody, we had a nice array. It's funny also because I was thinking at one point, I was like, I'm gonna put a few cards up, and then I just forgot. So I was so busy making everybody's slides.
You probably once you got everybody's cards, you probably said, "What the hell did I get myself into?"
Nobody wants my dog crap.
Well, it's not only that, but I mean, it's like we could have all come up with 10 or 20 cards, maybe. But we tried to kind of condense it, and I just cannot believe the quality of the cards that we saw here tonight for sale.
Greg, do you have any around you?
No, I don't even. Yeah, I do, but I'm not even going to try. I might do something in a video later on. I have more opportunities. Again, one of the reasons I want to have you guys on is because you guys don't have channels to do it. So it was more about you guys than me. And then my dad.
Well, I already got you a free lunch, so you should. That's better than nothing. Better than a sharp stick in the eye.
There you go. And then the last card for Joe is this. I think it's the last card. Is this E91B American Caramel Mordecai Brown, which, three finger brown. There's the whole story about him losing half of the finger and turning it into basically a filthy weapon to be able to throw a nasty curveball because of that. And one of the characters, one of the names from the hobby, when you talk about Mordecai Brown, he's got kind of a popular following. His cards do pretty well because of his story of losing half that finger. And so cool. Another cool pre-war card, 1909. It's funny because I've seen all these cards and I forget that as I'm putting them on the screen, the rest of you guys haven't seen them. So this is the first time that you saw that Joe is putting this card up. So I'm coming at it from a different perspective where I know what's coming and you guys don't. So anyways, let's see if I think that's our last card. So we made it all the way to the end,
and it only took us 2 hours 20 minutes. Who would have guessed?
I don't know. I mean, it was a longer live stream for us. We still have 130 people out there, so
Jeez, that's great. Amazing.
I appreciate Thanks, that. Guys. I do want to talk a little bit. This is a nice shot. You're expecting more modern since it was a midlife live stream. That's hilarious. Being a modern collector, I know.
That's good.
I will say a couple of things. At the National, if you're the idea of this is for deals to happen at the National. Just it can be one of your pickups at the National. You just do the transaction. But if other people that aren't going to the National, if you could always do it by mail to these guys. So I'm going to put everybody's contact information back on the screen one more time in case there's a card that you remember. Here's the other thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it here in just a second, is I'm going to put the entire presentation in the chat so you can link to it. So you guys can see all the cards, all the prices, all the pictures, all the contact informations. If you're interested out there, you could just click on the link. I've made it a public link so anybody can click on it and anybody can access all the information. So on the screen now, I've got my dad's contact information for his cards, Musari's and Petty's. Those are on the screen now. If you're listening, you can take a look and screenshot it or something. And then I'm going to go ahead and show the other three. I've got David Chase, Joe Perot, and then Jeremy Lee. And let me go ahead and put the link in the chat so that if you are interested in reaching out to these guys or you want a closer look at one of the cards, you can do that. So that should be live. Let me know if it's not. But if you copy and paste that, you should be able to access the entire presentation. I hope that this was fun for you guys, but at least fruitful, maybe a little bit as well. I was very frustrated yesterday.
We all were.
Put in a lot of work for this for you guys, and then they pulled the rug out from under me. But here we are. Fun time, good time.
Well, at least you know how I feel every day now. That's how I feel every day. I'm always frustrated like that. Always. I tell you, my temper's been flaring up like a pack of hemorrhoids. You can't imagine lately.
Well, what at your age, what do you expect, buddy? You're 65 now.
Will you still need me?
And back to this too. Petty, you spent your birthday with us. Like I wouldn't.
What else?
If it was my birthday, I wouldn't have done this.
I mean, you already know that how I've practically ate a 20-pound cake from Susie's bakery. I showed you a picture of that thing. That thing was 20 pounds. I mean, it's not easy being me.
Well, we can all try, though. I mean, you can't have it all, buddy. I appreciate that, Jim Devine. That's kind of you.
Yeah.
This whatnot? No, it's not whatnot. It's
why not?
Why not? Why not? Joe, sorry that happened. Your internet was bombing out. I do want to go around the horn one last time. We'll start with the birthday boy. Any last thoughts for our remaining 100 people out there?
No, I have nothing to say other than just some great, amazing cards tonight from everybody. A great idea. It's nice to get something fresh into the hobby like this. And just thanks again for having me on. I love doing it. Love being around you guys. So that's all I can say. Hopefully, we're going to get some good deals done with people through this. I think.
Good.
I think especially the good David.
Masari, all the way from a hotel room in West Virginia. You're staying up with us. It's late. You're probably exhausted. You probably had to turn the AC off so it wasn't so loud. I know those hotel ACs.
100 degrees in here. Yeah.
Oh shit! Turn it on.
All right, I got a couple of recap thoughts. Can I do a couple quick?
Yes.
So I know I said the 63 Rose rookie was ugly, but after seeing Jeremy Lee's Leaf card, it makes the Rose look like 52 Mantle. So I'm going to change I do not want a copy of that. I do not. When we first talked about this, I'm just going to talk about doing a little wants and needs. I'm trying to put the Oxford confectionery together. I still need some of those. I'm trying to put the Mrs. Sherlock pins together, the 1924s. I need a few of those, so I'm up for buying those or trading those. If anybody's got them, bring them to the National. And then I think it would be cool to do, on your show, do some kind of recap. Like I'll keep track of what I sold, and you could see if this worked. So,
and then what I could also do is I could share the cards that are still available. That could be fun too. Is say, hey, if you missed it, these cards haven't sold yet. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. David, you're full of great ideas.
Stop it. Listen, and lastly, thanks for doing this. I mean, you are the most underappreciated guy in YouTube. You worked your tail off for this. You stressed for 24 hours. Like, this was great, man. And all for the community, right?
Yeah.
So, I love you guys, and you guys know that. You guys are good friends of mine, not just hobby friends, but I care deeply about each of you guys, and this was a fun way to spend the evening, I should say. David Chase, parting thoughts for us in your beautiful Garbage Pail Kids shirt, which nobody shouted out. It deserved a shout out, so I'm giving it to you now. Final thoughts for all of your fans out there.
Your fans. I love MidLife Nation. I love myself some Greg Miller, and I like all of you guys. You guys are all my friends. I appreciate it. Dave, I'm happy to be your new friend, even though you've picked on me in aggressive amounts, which I'm still getting over, but it's fine. And Petty, you know how I feel about you. I literally would not be friends with Greg if it wasn't for you, and I always will give you full credit for bringing me into this.
Don't hold that against me. Don't hold that against me.
I know. But I'm not talking about the YouTube community. I'm talking about the friends that we have community.
Yeah,
like you have really you opened the doors for me, and
that's what you do. You pay it forward, and you introduce good people to each other, and we're all a big network, and we're all crazy in our own way and dopey and whatever. We all have our quirks, and that's the beauty of it. And just being part of a great community like this, and you're one of the best, that.
Oh, really thank you. And to build on that, let's just even talk about when you see these superstars in the wild at the National. Okay, you guys are going to be walking around the National and see a Greg walking around the aisles with 17 books and have people
10.
taking photos of him and fanning him as I will be feeding him grapes
Dude.
as he walks through the aisles. And it is just so amazing to see these people. And you know what? I regret it a little bit because last year at the National, you have to remember that I didn't do any of this stuff until like February of last year. But I saw all these
February
guys
of this year. February of
this year. Exactly.
Yeah.
What are we in? July? Whoa, crazy. But I saw them, including Petty, including Greg, and all these guys walking around, Jeremy Lee. And I saw them. I got like butterflies in my stomach, and I didn't say anything to them. None of them. And I actually wish that I went up to them now and just like shook their hand, said hi to them, introduced myself, took those 30 seconds. And so if you see these guys out here, they work really hard on their channels. I know you don't really want to disturb them, but you know what? It's a nice pat on the back for them to understand how much their content means and how much you appreciate them putting in this work. So I say, go and give Mike Petty a high five. Go shake Greg's hand. Go to the good Dave and give him a pat on the back.
But
right?
leave David Chase alone, please.
Ignore me. Yeah. But do all of that.
Leave me alone too. Yeah.
No.
Just want to put that out there just for these superstars of YouTube. I love them all.
Well, I wish you had said something last year. I mean, it's really interesting that I look around and some of the people that I've become closest with are people who I just met at a show, like Tony Liebrick. Like Tony's a really good friend of mine. And he literally came up at the National, what was that, 2024, and he introduced himself. We took a picture. We saw each other the next day. And now he's one of my best friends. So it's just, yeah.
I think just some of the quality of people that you do meet in the hobby. I think it's hard to, you have friends in your own groups and stuff, and you may have one or two, three guys that are real, might be successful or real positive influence in your life. And all bullshit aside, I mean, in the card hobby here, you are meeting some guys that are just really pretty extraordinary, all in all, in their lives, their family lives, and their they just enjoy it as much as you do. And never be afraid to go up to somebody like that. I mean, shit, that'd be just silly if you didn't. I appreciate it more than anything. So I know everybody else does too. You might get somebody, like at a time they're purchasing a card, or they're all like, we're tired or something like that. But that shouldn't. Never let that stop you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I
never
totally
too
agree.
busy to shake somebody's hand and say thank you. That's for damn sure.
Agree. I very much enjoy meeting other people, and I'm really excited to hang out with all of you guys right here multiple times. We have several things planned, so looking forward to that. Everybody out there, again, if you made it to the end, I can't believe there's 113 people still hanging out with us. Thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for hanging out. You guys are the best, and I guess that's it. I guess I'm going to go write myself a thank you note to the internet service provider for providing the internet for 2.5 hours uninterrupted.